blocking me.
Welcome to another episode of the We Love Gaming podcast. This is episode 64. My name is Marcus, aka Golly Sovereign, and if this is your first time clicking on this video, then we appreciate you. Don't forget to hit the like button and the subscribe button so you can be around for more content that we put out every week on Mondays, of course. If this is your repeated time of joining us, what's good, man? We appreciate you for, sticking with us and everything, so, as always, hit that like button for us. If you're not subscribed and you've been watching this shit for like multiple times, the fuck is you doing, bruh? Like, go ahead and hit the subscribe button, man. Quit playing around. But, yeah, today is a kind of gloomy day in Southern California. It's, it's a little cloudy and whatnot, but that is great because where we are, it is a perfect temperature.
Little break,
yeah, for
man.
sure.
Finally.
And we are here to talk about video games. And the reason why I say we is because I am not alone. Of course, I have with me the 1,000 Game Slayer, Ray, aka Sir Knight. What is good, my boy?
It's good, man. It's good. I was actually happy to see the clouds. It's been cloudy the last couple days,
it's
right?
It's been hot as shit lately, and I was ready for the break.
I was like, man, dude, like this is cool. I get to go to do the pod, and we have a nice overcast day.
Right.
Like it's been a minute. It's like, are we finally going back to a little cooler, dude? Like time, like we're finally getting back, right?
I'll be trying to make sure we get the news out before I start sweating and melting on screen.
I know, man. We be like rushing it out. So I was happy to see that, man. So that was like the coolest thing, and then just work, sucking life away. I'm hoping this coming week though it slows down a tad, have some room to breathe, get ready to make my classroom up because we start on the 30th.
Okay.
But yeah, it's just been a busy week with work, bro. But otherwise, pretty straightforward week, man. What about you?
Yeah, I mean this week's been pretty good. Just going through the regular steps and stuff like that. Finishing some things. Trying to start working on some stuff, trying to, still work on the room, of course, getting some things, so that I can get it situated and start building some stuff. Got to be Bob the Builder for a few weeks and whatnot. So, just been doing that. And just like you, man, loving that it was a little cooler.
So nice, man.
I mean, I like Cali.
Such a break.
I like the weather that Cali has, but it's that little summer.
That little window, man, 2-3
like
months
hell
is
on
like,
earth. It's just like, golly.
Yeah, we got like 9 good months out of the year where it's like wonderful.
Yeah.
But then we have a few months that are just like, woo, this is hard.
Right. Yeah. I'm more into like, layering up and
me
wearing
too.
like a
I'm the same
jacket
as
on
you.
the regular
I'm
and
the
stuff
same
like
as
that.
you.
So I like that type of weather.
I'm the same exact way.
I
I
don't
mean, we've
mind
been the
putting a
same
jacket
that way.
on and then, I just take it off later. But when you got to go to work and you got to blow AC, because I'll be up in the morning at 4 a.m.
And you got to blow AC.
And I got to use AC at 4 a.m.
Luckily, I have my car in the garage, so that
Yeah.
helps. But yeah, I know what you mean. Like your car outside,
yeah, man,
it's hot
just
in there already.
Driving to
Just
work,
sweltering
it's like,
already.
I can't even just use the outside air.
You got a
put the
heat
AC
box,
on.
dude.
Yeah.
You got a heat box
So
on.
it's been crazy, man.
For sure, dude.
But enough of all that. Also wanted to let you know that the Patreon link is down below if you would like to donate or support us. Maybe get you a shirt. As you see, I'm wearing the red one. He got the black one on. He stay in the black. I've worn the gray one. We got that too.
Yeah.
I think eventually I'll put mugs. If y'all even care about any of this stuff, y'all can put it in the comments and hit me up or whatever, and I get you a mug. So. But before we get into the gaming news that we got this week, which is a fair amount of information,
Pretty cool stuff.
Go ahead and tell me about what you've been playing this week, man.
Hades, man. Hades, and more Hades. Yeah. Whenever I get some free time, I just hop on the Hades.
Okay.
That's what I love about it, man. Like, I feel like I don't got to prepare my mind to play this. I don't got to like be in a mood or like set aside a chunk of time. I can just jump in and jump out, kind of like you were saying last time, like that's what I love about it. And it makes it so simple. Like there may be other things that like pop into my mind that I want to play, but it's like, let's say, for instance, like Innocence, a Plague Tale, right? It's like I kind of want to play that, but I know kind of like it's more story-based. Yeah. So I kind of got to like feel like, am I ready to sit down and like dedicate some time to kind of like dig deeper into the story? Where Hades, I'm just going to hop in. Maybe I'll play for 10 minutes. Maybe I'll play for an hour. Maybe I'll play for 30 minutes. And I feel like satisfied no matter what I do with that game. So it's just been like numero uno. Okay. So I've been playing it quite a bit. I still haven't escaped all the way yet. I've made it all the way like out, but then you have to fight your father, and so I almost killed him.
All the way to the fourth
area, and I beat that area, and then you leave that area, and you made it outside, like to the world.
Yeah,
but he stops in front of you. Okay, and he's rough, bro. He's like 2 bosses in one, because when you beat him, he revives full health again and stronger. And so when I've been there a couple times, and I got him like I killed him once, and I got over halfway. Yeah. But I just couldn't quite go over the hump on that. Yeah. And it's like
what's killing you?
Well,
is it the massive golden blast?
He has like the blast actually was working. Well, I was avoiding that. It was like he sends out some kind of like massive explosions, and then he puts these hands up, and there's just like a whole bunch of things that just eventually just tick away at you over the course of like a long fight. Right. 'Cause it's like really long. So you're just like, eventually he gets the better of you, Right. And so there was something I just learned. I didn't realize this, but you can stack the hammers. And so I was like, crap, I didn't really know that. So I can have like multiple attacks. Like, for instance, I had the machine gun, and I got one hammer that let me rapid fire it and add bullets to my magazine. So it shot really fast. Okay. So I was kind of shredding. And then I had like only a hammer door to go through. So I just went through it. And it gave me a list of things, and one of them was that my bullets will ricochet. So I was like, that's pretty dope. Maybe I guess I'll replace my rapid fire. No, I got both of them. Nice. So I had rapid fire and ricochet bullets, and I was like, what have I been doing this whole time, dude?
Maybe it's only certain perks that the hammer gives you that will override the previous.
Maybe it's only certain ones.
Because I've seen that before.
Where it says it replaces.
Like, this will replace this. And it's like, oh, okay, well, I really like this, so I'm not going to do that.
Yeah, and I noticed that too. I was looking at the list. I was like, man, none of these say this will replace such and such. Yeah. So I was like, maybe I'll just get this, and I added it, and I added it, and I was like, dude, this is what I wanted from the beginning, because with the machine gun, you only can hit one target at a time. Okay. Where like, there's other abilities in the game that are like really cool. Like I was mentioning that sword. Yeah. I really like the slam because it hits everything at once. Or it's like the AOE. Bow, or like the spear like goes through everything. Right. So you can like hit multiple things at once, but the gun is like only one thing at a time. Okay. And so it's like I really want a way to like make this go everywhere.
They probably have a penetrating bullets one.
They do, I think, but the one that ricochets was like dopest. So I was like, this is cool. And I had like a little like dot, the hangover. Okay. When you use your hangover, it puts a dot. Right. And I juiced that up to like 5, rank 5 or something. Ooh. And so like I would just run around and just shoot everything. And then just kind of run around, and they would just die, dude. Yeah, it's like decay. That was like my strategy, and like it worked really well. So I was able to get past that double fight with the Minotaur and that guy. That's a tough fight, man. Tough one, that's like a hit or miss for me, dude.
I feel like you kind of gotta kill the bull, because the bull is consistently.
I always kill the bull first.
Yeah, but it's like you're so open because the bull is constantly coming at you, that the guy in the middle is able to just keep shooting you, and it's just like, damn,
dude, the guy in the middle gets annoying when he's by himself too. Like once you kill the bull and he's by himself, he starts doing all sorts of shit all the time at you, man. It's annoying. So it's like, man, maybe I want to kill him first. Yeah, there is a heat sink bullet too. Okay, and I was thinking about using that one. So lots of cool choices. I love the hammers. Is what make the game
the arrows have a heat sink for like the special. When you spray out the
and it just heat sinks everything. There's one for the bullets too. Okay. And nice. I almost chose that one, but I really wanted the ricochet. Yeah. But I made it really far one game, dude, where all I was using was dodge. And like basically I
heard that the dodge is pretty wicked.
Dude, bro, I juiced it up, man, and like I only dodged. Okay. And that was like one of my best attempts, even against my father. Yeah, because like,
you get the deflect, so all you got to do is just keep.
Dude, I had one where I was like
blocking everything.
I had Poseidon's power, so when I dodge, it put a wave explosion out. Ooh, okay. And then I got another one where it said, and then I had another one where it knockbacks. Then I got another one that said, whenever you knock back, your knockback boons increase your damage by such and such %. And then I had one that if you push them into a wall, it's 200% extra damage. And so, dude, I was just like jet around the room and push everyone into things, and they were just like dying instantaneously. It was like the most OP thing I've ever got, dude. I was like, this is so weird. I'm not even using the weapons.
Yeah.
I'm just literally.
Yeah, I don't even need this shit.
I don't even need the
I came in with the sword, man.
I was like, I was planning on using this bow this time, but I guess not.
Yeah.
You know, I just dip around the room, dude. Like,
right.
It was like the weirdest thing. I was like, that's weird. I have like this dodge build going on.
Yeah.
Like, that had never happened before for me, you know?
Yeah.
And so I've been enjoying that. I just remember some certain things that I loved about it. Like, I loved buying that one upgrade from the builders that put my collection at the end of every realm.
Oh, okay.
So what I would do is like, because I got the lucky teeth that you're talking about.
Yeah.
So what I remember doing in the past, and I always liked doing it, was I would start each run with the purse. The purse from Hypno's purse.
Yeah.
And that would give me the extra gold. And then when I finished that run, and let's say I had both my death breath still, then I would put on, let's say, like the neck, the collar that gave me like more health, or something that gave me more damage.
Yeah.
And like, let's say I get to that next zone, and like I used one death's breath, then like I'll put the tooth on. And I'll just kind of keep shuffling through what I need for each run. Like, I love that ability. Like, that's like just some of these little things that I like that are really cool.
You've already collected 500 of the dark stuff to get your second death breath?
Oh, yeah,
okay.
yeah.
Were you able to continue from where you left off on the Switch? Or
I didn't even try.
Okay.
And I actually purchased it for PS5, too.
Oh, yeah?
So I've been playing on both the Xbox and the PS5. The thing was, man, like, the Xbox, there's something about that controller, dude. Like, I don't know if it's like the tapering in, like the triangle shape of it.
Yeah.
But my fingers on one of my runs was hurting bad. And it never hurts ever on my PS5. Just for long durations and like really button mashing and stuff. I don't know if it's like the way your wrist is turning or something like that. But the Xbox controller was like getting me.
I told you my hand was cramping up playing Maneater. Like, cause you had to keep hitting the trigger in order to.
Yeah,
to
mine was
things.
too on the Xbox, and the Xbox controller cramps. I don't usually. That isn't usually because when you played it, you just hold it right, and it was just like chomping, right? Yeah, so I had to swap over. I was enjoying it on the Xbox. It runs great, beautiful. Yeah. But I was like, man, I really want to play on the PS5 controller, and I had already told myself I was going to give them the money again. So I just bought it on the PS5. Okay. And I
thought you were planning on buying it on the PS5.
I was gonna get it on the PS5 anyway because I said I was, but I started off on the Xbox and it worked. I liked it. It's just I was running into that problem with that controller, like just cramping my hand up. Yeah. And I was like, damn, this PS5 controller, they just did something special with this controller. I just love the controller so much, and it doesn't have like as many features as my Elite Pro does. Yeah. With like paddles and like I can adjust the triggers. Like I love that Elite Pro controller because of all the features it has, but the feel, just like the design of the DualSense, is just like incredible to me.
You seen the new Scuff controller? Side note?
Nah, I haven't seen that.
They have a new Scuff controller for like the Series X or whatever. It still works for the one, but you're able to. It looks basically just like the regular controller, except you're able to change like the faceplates. You're able to change the sticks and stuff. So they didn't really change like
customizable and stuff.
And it doesn't have like all the Scuff branding all over it. It's just got it in one spot in the back, and that's like by the battery pack, so you can take that shit off and put something else there. I think you can still use like one of the charging battery packs on there, stuff like that. But yeah, so it's kind of cool for like a customizing thing.
That's dope.
Then, I think on the back, you know how they used to have those little like magnetic paddles or whatever. So now they're like there's buttons that are kind of in the groove of the hands, the grip part. So you just click them. You can click them in, and then you can press like out. Like
weird.
Yeah, it's like it's weird. Like you can click down or you can like move up or whatever for the stuff. For the clicking of it. So it was pretty cool.
That's pretty cool. They added the cool customizable aspect to it.
Yeah, but I think that shit's still $200.
Oh yeah,
man.
the Scuffs are like crazy, man.
Man.
It's on nothing for people who love it, but like I couldn't do it.
I'm still looking for a deal on one of the Elite controllers or whatever.
Yeah, that one's worth it, man. I really like it, but you want to get a deal on it, for sure. But man, just been enjoying that. I played a little bit more Dodgeball Academia. Okay. I can't even tell you, man, how similar they just straight copied Pokemon in so many ways, bro.
It is indeed.
Did you try it? Yeah, I mean,
I tried it.
Huh?
I tried it. Yeah.
Yeah, and it's like even when you go get healed in the infirmary,
you gotta go.
It's like the same exact music,
and then it's like.
It's the same exact. It's like they straight copied, bro.
Yeah.
It's like they had like the music playing in the background. They had some guy going, okay, what's similar notes? Okay, we'll just copy, but just did like a little off key.
Yeah.
It's like identical. It's like, this is nuts, man. But anyways, which I like it, but it's just funny that it's like you straight copy.
Which is it's annoying because you have to like after every battle you gotta go to the damn
infirmary every battle.
Eating or drinking something, and it's like, come on, man.
I
It kind
agree.
of takes away from the fun of it. Like,
I agree.
It would just be better.
It was better when Balloony was just healing you every time.
Yeah, when Balloony was just healing you, it was way smoother.
Right.
You know, you could just play the game.
I agree.
And I do find it extremely annoying. I've always found it annoying in Pokemon, but like running and then you get stopped, you're forced to battle
fight
somebody like.
They're copying Pokemon, man. I was telling you that, right?
Yeah.
You were running, you just get stopped. Like, they straight copied Pokemon that way. And it's like, okay, whatever. But I agree. It's a problem when you don't have enough health. And it's like, in Pokemon, it's fine because you swap Pokemon out, right? Like, you have multiple strong ones. And so you can go a while.
Yeah.
Before you need to get ready to heal up.
Here,
you have like your one dude pretty much.
And for a good minute, you only had two.
Yeah, so you're just like I gotta, and you gotta fight with my man because he's like my strongest character, right? Yeah. It's like, and he takes the most beating, so it's like, yeah, it's a catch-22 for sure. Yeah. But anyway, that's basically what I've been playing. A little bit of Dodgeball and mainly Hades, man.
Okay. Yeah,
so close to getting out, man. So close to escaping. You know,
yeah,
but it's dope. What about you?
That's cool. So, I did play some Hades, just a little bit. I still wasn't able to get past the Minotaur.
Yeah, that's a hard fight, bro.
Guy, but,
that's a hard fight.
I was just kind of like, you know, I had just jumped in it. Like I think like one day or whatever, I played a little bit. And then after you had told me about Dodgeball Academia, I had, you know, I showed it on camera that I was downloading it. So I went and played it. Cool. And so I played quite a bit. Yeah. And I enjoy it also. But it does give you that that Pokemon feel.
Totally.
And there was like a few times where I made the mistake of like going so there was like one side quest mission where I had to I talked to this boy by a trash can. He had lost something in the trash can. Oh, I had to go and talk to George to get the grabber rod or whatever. Yeah. And I thought I was good because I completely forgot that like I had been in a battle and that one person had been KO'd and been knocked out or whatever. So I decided like, I'm gonna watch the stand right here while you go and get the grabber rod. And so I'm thinking like, maybe it's going to be like one battle or something like that. So when 5 kids come in or 5 or 6 kids come in.
I haven't done that. I haven't completed that quest yet.
Oh, okay. You got to battle one person. And so it's like, all right, that's cool. And then you got to battle like 4 people. So it's like, damn, like, you know, when you knock somebody out, they on the outskirts.
And they're throwing both at you.
It's a lot. And I was just dying so much. I was like, dude, I got to go back to the autosave so that I can run out, go to the damn infirmary.
I know, and then you can
heal
beat
up,
it.
And then I
was gonna say something about that too.
I was getting my ass still kicked, but
dude.
There's a lot of guys.
It's like, also with that whole thing, you know, if like what's interesting is like when you're walking, you can see like the fist above someone's head, like they want to fight you. Yeah. So you know, okay, I know if I walk that way, I'm gonna get into a fight. Yeah. But sometimes they ambush you. Yeah. And you'll just go, and all of a sudden, no, I'm fighting you now. It's like, damn, I gotta go to the infirmary. It makes me want to like never walk around ever with having not gone to the infirmary.
Right. It's almost like you just got to blow the food. You know what I mean?
Or just blow the food. Yeah.
Yeah. Because I mean, you got trash cans that are around, and I don't know if they repopulate, but. I'm sure you know this, but you can take
and throw it
a ball and throw it at the trash
and the
can
chest
and then
too.
get an item or something like that.
And the chest too, yeah.
So it's just like, you almost always got to be prepared. Like you can't get caught slipping because
they
you might
ambush
end up in,
you, bro.
A bad
just
fight.
all of a sudden you're going and a guy stops you on the stairway and you got to fight him.
Yeah, but I mean, at least with those, it's always like one person or something like that. Yeah, it might be like 2
I didn't
max,
know you were fighting like 4 or 5 dudes on that one though.
Oh yeah, dude, that one was rough. Make sure you go to the infirmary.
What about the boy that was like he thinks he's the best in the school? And when you first fought him, he had 1 HP.
Oh
and
yeah,
then
that was funny.
Did you fight him the second time?
Back,
he's like
he's
60.
Strong as shit.
He was like, almost
damn.
one shot.
You take roids?
Dude, he was one-shotting me.
Before,
dude,
man.
he was one-shotting. He threw 1 ball and have like 5 HP left.
Yeah,
like,
I had to realize I just dodged those.
Dodge every. Don't try to catch.
Don't even try to catch.
Don't catch. Yeah.
My timing's been off a lot. So like I'm not even gonna catch that in the face. I'm gonna move out the way, let that hit the side, and then go and get it, and then throw him a
totally, dude.
And you know, and then he knocks out one of my guys. So that's like even more beneficial to you because you can distract
yeah,
with one of your shit
exactly.
throws, and
you almost want one of your guys.
You nail in the back.
I know, dude. It's like, oh, I got a guy there now, so I'm actually happy about that.
But I felt like that was really interesting that they took that, because I thought that route or whatever, I thought that it was just gonna be like a slow like increase. You know what I mean? He would gradually get really good.
Dude, he was hitting like a truck.
But he just went from like 0 to
I had breakfast
really
this morning. It's like, is that all you had?
Yeah.
Dude, you were hitting hard. It took me a couple tries to beat him, man, when I realized that.
Yeah, man, I was definitely.
I was expecting just another freebie, but nah, dude, he was.
And it was literally
me.
like you could fight him like right after you went into the building and did that little scenario and came out. So I wanted to ask you this before I move on to the other stuff that I played. Have you found yourself like skipping every fucking talking
dialogue
scenario? Yeah,
pretty quick.
Yeah,
like I'm skimming it, but I'm blazing through it because it's very generic. It's very generic.
Skipping everything.
Oh, you're auto skipping.
I don't want to hear none of it.
Okay,
because I gotta read everything.
Yeah,
and then it's not like, oh, it's just like 1 or 2 conversations back and forth and then you leave. It's like 30 different boxes of text.
I know,
that
it's
pops
a lot.
Up.
It's a lot.
No thanks. I don't want it. Like I would
I
rather
just
be
breeze
silent.
through it. I'm not reading everything like perfectly, but I'm getting just like an idea of what they're telling me.
Yeah.
But I'm kind of blazing through. I was getting sick of it too.
I'm finding out what's going on with the game by reading the mission that I have to do.
Oh,
my
you're
next
reading
main
the
mission.
That's
I
funny.
gotta go here. Oh, okay. So that happened. Oh, I gotta join the tournament. Oh, okay. So that's
not what
Yeah.
I'm kind of listening a bit, but I'm not like none of that shit. I'm kind of like not like really like tidbits, and I'm good.
Yeah, for sure.
So.
Yeah, I don't need a whole lot going on in that story.
Yeah, it's funny, man.
I mean, at the end of the day, you're just trying to get to the next.
I love some of the. It's really fun though. Like some of the powers that the enemies have, like that cube girl. She throws it and then like teleports.
Yeah, dude, that's was like annoying,
an interest.
Man.
It's annoying, but it's like, wow, that's really interesting kind of idea.
Because it comes close to hitting you and then it teleports back and then hits you.
Then once you realize that's what it's doing, because I was off on the timing every time on those catches.
Every time.
Because I wasn't realizing that it was going back and then coming at me again.
Right.
I thought it was like teleporting and then maybe coming at me from a different angle.
Yeah.
But no, it's like moving back and then coming at again. It's like, dude, that was throwing me off.
Yeah, that and then the slow ones, the little creeper balls.
It's like, when do I catch it? Should I go up and try to catch it, or do I wait till it activates?
I'll be off every time. I just dodge them shits. Like I'm not even trying to.
Yeah.
Like I can't even do it, man.
Well, dude, now with the focus power, like you can kind of dodge a lot and still juice up your special.
I didn't get the focus.
Oh, you haven't got the focus yet?
Well, the charging.
Yeah,
up,
the charging up. Yeah.
Yeah, but I feel like it's
hard.
Yeah, because the balls are never on their
dude.
side.
They are.
Chilling.
No, you just need one. You just need one on their side.
Right, but it's never really on their side for long. So
no,
it's like
you have like a half a second.
I don't have much to
half
charge.
a second.
I'm getting hit by the time I go to charge. Like, you know what I mean?
I know, dude. I know, but I've done it a couple times, and I've charged up all the way.
Okay.
And through my power.
Yeah.
But it's like, you're right. It's like, gosh, this is kind of a weird. I felt like it was weird too. I felt like when I first fought the chick that had the focus.
Yeah.
Like
you had time.
She was like on it. Like every millisecond she was on it.
Right.
And I was like, man, why do I feel like she has all this time, but I don't? And just like, it seemed like they were throwing it much faster than I was, I guess. Because I'm kind of like looking for like a thing.
Do you find yourself doing the charge up throw or just the regular throw?
Charge up throw. That's another thing too.
Why.
She's focusing up and they're not. So it's like, gosh, I have no instance where I could focus.
Yeah, because you're doing the charge up throw.
I do the charge up throw.
You're trying to add the electricity or the fire to it. You're not.
Dude, it hits twice as hard sometimes. Yeah. Like I gotta do that.
Right, and I find myself only doing charge throws.
Yeah, me
too. But then I'm wondering like, damn, like I'm trying to get off of focus, but I'm getting hit every time I try this shit.
I know,
like,
man. It's weird.
I either just gotta get it off my hands
and then charge.
Something.
Yeah,
and then charge.
What do I want more? A focus power shot or a power hit? Right? Yeah.
And I kind of feel like sometimes your direction of throwing of who you want to hit is just off because it just auto targets to the person in front.
Yeah.
And so it's just like, damn, I didn't want to hit him. I wanted to hit the weak ass fool over there.
I want to knock him out
of
there. Yeah.
Or I want to hit the dude who's the strongest to get him out of here. So, you know what I mean? Or something.
The way I kind of look at it is like just one giant health pool. So I don't really care who I'm hitting. It's just really essentially one giant health pool. You know?
Yeah, but in the in the one battle, I think it's one battle where you go against like
he heals up
rival or something like that. Yeah, where he heals up the guys.
When he focuses, he heals. Yeah.
But everybody else gets hits. And then I think the dude, the rival who throws the ball and then it teleports and then it goes back again and
the block girl.
Yeah, that was coming a lot. And so like I wanted to get that one out of there so that it couldn't do that move anymore.
I got you.
But I couldn't hit that one because the other one was coming.
Yeah,
it's
that
like
makes sense.
I was always getting rid of the big
was
dude
really
who was
weird.
charging folks up.
It was really weird too, like the big dude who was charging folks up.
Yeah.
I was having the hardest time like getting him targeted for some reason. It's like the computer was like putting him behind the guys or something.
Yeah,
I couldn't get to him
or something.
Yeah, I couldn't get to him for some reason.
Yeah, I didn't.
God, that's annoying.
But like I was trying to get the block one or whatever, but I was hitting like everybody else, and it was kind of like almost like the opposite or whatever, because I was hitting the charge dude. And it's like, okay, they can't heal, but the block guy is whipping my ass because the teleporting ball just keeps killing me. Like, I run right when it goes and teleports, so it's like, oh, I think I dodged it, but nah, that bitch came right back and it's hitting me, and I'm timing off on the throw.
Dude, totally.
So yeah, it was just like, damn, it was rough. But
why don't you play?
I was playing that a little bit more and stuff like that, and then I stopped. And throughout the week, I've been steady playing, trying to play Let It Die.
Still on that,
and
huh?
Because it's a good game, man.
Okay,
but I ended up having like one rough day. I was telling my boy Brahms, shout out to Brahms. I was telling him about it, but like I had like a cool little minute where I was like, oh, I think I'm gonna be able to play some Let It Die. So I get in and I'm like, oh, I'm looking at the map because the map rotates like every day. Okay. It's a new like layout. And so I was like, okay, if I just go up to this first floor, slide over to this next floor, I can go up to this floor that I haven't been to. So I can at least unlock it so I can see what's there or whatever. And so I'm like, okay, should be a quick trip. You know what I mean? It won't take too long. So I started or whatever, and then boom, something happens, and I have to get up and go and get something. I think something came to the door or whatever. I had to get it, so I had to stop for a minute, and then I went and got that. So I'm like, okay, I'm back in it. Something? I'm playing some more or whatever, and then I get to a floor, and my kids had started playing with paint or something like that. They were painting stuff, but apparently they started doing some extra shit. So it's like paint on the floor or something like that. They make it a mess. So it's like, damn. So my wife is like, all right, I gotta go and clean this up. I need you to make dinner. Damn, okay, I'm in this shit, and I can't just go back. Like, I have to train my way back in order to get back. Like, it's a long route back, you know what I mean? And every time you leave an area, the enemies repopulate, so I can't just run through some shit I've already been through. So, and it was, because of the route I was going, it was, like, off the beaten path, so it wasn't just an elevator to just get me downstairs. So I tried to go through it, and I tried to run and continue my route up to that room, but I was like, okay, since I'm headed that way, let me just cook the dinner and shit, but let me go and get to this elevator. I can stop at this elevator, and it's like a load screen almost. I mean, obviously on the PS5 it doesn't take long to load.
So it waits for you to press X or whatever to continue.
Yeah, so you have to press X to continue, and then you'll come up to the next room or whatever. So it's like a little. I see. It's not a save point.
I know,
because
but
you'll
it's
lose
like
it. But
a transition.
It'll give me a little bit of time.
Yeah.
And for some reason, my PlayStation never shut down or whatever while I was doing it. So I managed to cook dinner, got everything, whatever, ate dinner, came back. It was still good, and I check on it and touch the controller or whatever, make sure it didn't sleep on me. So then it's like, okay, the kids get in the bath. So I'm a sit down for a quick minute. It's late as hell, but I just need to go up to the room, unlock the room, and then I'll come right back down. That's all I'm trying to do, and see what's up there, and then come right back down. So I get up there, and I'm going through the room, and I'm like halfway into the room or whatever, and then I get into this area. I kill the little guys that's in there, and I'm like, I hear all of this shit going on, this water splashing. Fuck, man. The kids is doing extra shit in the bathtub. And so it's like, okay, now I gotta put the controller down and get their little asses washed and out of the tub before they wet my whole fucking floor. So I'm like, damn, man. All right, well, let me just stand over here in this little stash side spot, and then hopefully nothing comes to like get me. You know what I mean? As long as nothing comes to get me and I can come back to the controller, I can touch it. So get in there, watch the kids, whatever, get them out, get the towels on them, boom, boom. Then it's like, oh, okay, I gotta like, give them some oil or whatever so that, they don't be all ashy and stuff. So I'm getting them oiled up and I'm trying to go quick. I'm slathering them down and trying to go or whatever. I come back, and right as I come back, I see that I'm getting executed, and I'm like, fuck, man.
Is that another human or another?
So the game basically on every floor there's these guys called jackals. They're like headhunters.
And they're running around.
Special headhunters. But they ain't like some regular, like you got haters who are like other people's guys that they send on expeditions to come for you. And then you have screamers, which are, just like that, but they're not other people's guys. They just populate the floor.
Okay.
But they're humanoids or whatever. Zombie-like or whatever. But anyways, you've got these jackals which come in, but they only come in when you've cleared out the entire floor and you're just there. So after 8 to 10 minutes, a bell will chime, and then a jackal will enter, and then he'll try to find you. But it's not like it just looks around and it goes through the whole map to try to find you. It's like within the first 30 to 40 seconds, if it does not find you, it teleports to where you are and it will find you. Like if you're there, it will find you.
That's bull, dude.
So
you gotta get out of there quick,
and
huh?
basically, as you stay there longer, there's another one that comes in, and then another one that comes in. But there's 3 jackals, and they ain't just no poop butt ass levels.
Right, they're tough.
They're 200, level 200, and I'm like level, let's say 76. So I'm nowhere near them, and nor can I hit as hard as them. So yeah, I got executed, and so I'm thinking like, damn man, like I just missed it. I could have ran away or something. I could have got my ass off that floor. But I was like, okay, well, every day, recently within this time frame, they give you like a free replay. Like you could continue for free without using any death metal, which is like their premium currency. So I was like, okay, well, I'll just use this and then I'll just get the fuck out of there. Like I'll run. And it didn't give me that. So when you get killed by a jackal, you just don't get that option. Like I got killed, I was getting scanned.
So that was the first time you saw you've been killed by a jackal. Then
yeah,
I see.
I haven't encountered a jackal. I do know about jackals. I just don't stick around on the floors long enough for this shit to happen.
Right.
So, but you really have to be prepared to fight a jackal. Like you gotta clear out the floor and know I'm gonna fight this jackal. You know what I mean? Man. And then try to take one out. But when you kill them, they give you like a special weapon that only they carry. Or they'll give you a blueprint to that weapon.
But you're like, I'm not ready for that yet.
No, I'm not even prepared. You gotta like store up on different types of shrooms and stuff like that. But yeah, I was just like, damn. I was telling my boy Bronze the next day.
The adventures of an American dad, there, dude.
Yeah, I was telling my boy the next day. I was like, dude, that had to be like the worst day that I've ever had in Let It Die. Like everything was going on just was not working in my favor.
Everything went wrong, dude. That's funny.
And I thought, you would think like, oh, that's like a game you can pop in and out on. It is not. Because there's no save. Like you gotta
dedicate yourself an hour or two to play it. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, it's all online, and if you get stuck on a floor,
yeah,
if you don't have a secondary way to get off of there, you gotta get your way back.
Yeah,
somehow. You know what I mean? Or if you leave it there and shut off your system, it says, oh, you died.
See, that's one of the cool things about Hades as well. It's like let's say you enter a floor, you can literally like take 40 seconds and the floor is killed. And then just sit there, right? Or you can even like exit out. You can even shut it down.
Yeah.
Like quit, and you'll save right where you were. But after you killed all those guys, like that's the cool thing about it.
Right.
But yeah, I hear you, man. That's quite the adventure, dude. That was like an all day long event for you.
Yeah. Well, I mean, it was only like within like a 2 or 3 hours time.
That's like a long span.
It was just like, damn,
Nothing was working on that few hours.
Nah, but and then I also continue playing Black Desert Online.
Oh, okay.
On Xbox, so. I was getting my character up. I'm like kind of like a little bit over halfway through 55. So shout out Lightly Working. I'm trying to basically like get all of my armor gear and stuff like that up. I think there's a point where you can take that seasonal character and change it into a regular character. Yeah. So I'll eventually do that. But I'm trying to get all the little stuff, with it at the time and everything like that. So
that's cool, man. That's
really cool playing that. But yeah, that's it for what
I've been steady on a few games recently.
Yeah, I have.
I did Black Desert and that Let It Die.
Yeah, I did want to play
Hades.
some Legion. Watch Dogs Legion.
Yeah.
Or go back to Assassin's Creed Valhalla and try to play through more of that. But they're such large games. You know what I mean? I really want to make.
That's what I feel. I feel daunted by the idea of playing it again. That's what I mean. Like why Hades was so perfect for me this week.
Right.
It's just the right game for the right time in my life right now.
Yeah. And I mean, in a couple of weeks, Deathloop will be out. And Kenna will be out.
Yeah.
So
Kenna, I'm looking forward to
that. There'll be like
that.
another choice for a game that won't be so long or whatever to play. Deathloop might take a long time though. Who knows?
Yeah, I'm curious how Deathloop's gonna feel.
Coming back.
Yeah, and like it might be like your experience, but with the jackal and that chick.
Yeah.
Like, damn, I can't take a moment breath here because if I
that one
do,
that's
she'll
hunting
find
you.
me
Yeah.
and then she'll kill me, right?
As long as you can pause.
If you can kill her, if you can pause the game, that helps.
If you can pause the game,
that's all
that's
you need.
cool.
You need a
Yeah,
pause.
that's
Yeah.
all I need.
And I guess you could have a pause since, like you said, it's not online.
Right. Yeah.
Or you just play offline mode because I'm pretty sure there is an online mode where the chick is an actual human being.
Really?
Yes.
Oh, that's interesting.
She's either an NPC or could be a human being.
That would be really.
So I would shut off that because I don't want a human.
I could just imagine
just
somebody just focusing only on getting good with that chick, just
exactly.
to hunt people the whole time.
I'm not trying to get memed in 360 no scope YouTube video. I'm like, come on, man, just give me the regular game.
360 no
just
scope,
give me the regular game, man. I don't need no human coming after me. That's too much. I'm casual.
Yeah, but enough of that stuff. So, Ray, go ahead and give us the quick shots, man.
All right, quick shots. Your first quick shot for the week is the Series X is finally going to be getting a 4K dashboard upgrade.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah.
Oh, so they're finally going to make the dashboard look like something?
Yes.
Okay.
I remember we talked about this back before the system was launched and how it was going to...
no themes.
It was a 1080p, same as S, the Series S. And we were like, damn, this Series S is bottlenecking the Series X because they're trying to keep parity.
Right.
Well, clearly they were. And now they're finally going to be giving you a 4K dashboard upgrade. So
when's that timeline
I don't remember the date, but that one's finally coming. So look out for that one.
Yeah, look for that, dude. I wonder if they're going to incorporate themes.
I know. I hope we get some themes. That'd be
nice,
cool instead of just that static background.
Yeah, if you can, if you can have like some images or something playing in the back, kind of like how the PS5 does it or whatever.
Yeah, I want themes for the PS5 too,
or even the PS4. The PS4
I don't know why, dude. I love the themes on the PS4. It's one of my favorite things. I swapped it all the time.
Yeah,
I don't know why they did away with that on the PS5. It's so infuriating, man. Yeah. Hate that. Next up is Hassan from Abandon.
Okay.
Is wondering why people, my boy, is wondering why people are calling Blue Box scammers. He's really hurt by this. Why everyone's calling Blue Box scammers. I'm like, you serious, dog? Like, you straight up stole Konami's games, and then you say you had nothing to do with Konami, and you're wondering why people are calling you scammers. All their ideas, yeah. They've marketed everything off Kojima's, not theirs.
Yeah.
They basically marketed it as Kojima.
They ain't even done shit. So
not anything from theirs. Yeah. They've only ever shown Kojima stuff.
Right.
None of their stuff. And you're wondering why people are calling you a scammer? It's like, and what about all your other failed games you released? Remember we went over all those stupid failed games he launched? Like they were all failed games?
Right. Of
course people are going to think this is another one of your little ploys. That this is going to be a failure. Of course, like, why would you think people wouldn't think you're a scammer? I don't know. I just cracked up on that, man. So he's wondering why people are calling them scammers. Your next bit of news is this is kind of interesting. Biomutant sold over 1 million copies.
Interesting.
They made back all their development costs in the first week of that game's release. Yeah.
Well, I mean, that's understandable because people wasn't really playing it on the console or whatever. They were playing it on the PC. So I mean, it didn't get a bad rap until like the second week that it was out. I think there was a lot of pre-orders for it, especially because it was a drought too.
I think that's part of it too. It was a drought, and there was a little bit of hype from Outriders. Like people loved Outriders, but they had all those issues with like loot and like connectivity and all this junk happening with Outriders. So they thought Biomutant would be that, and so I think Biomutant kind of rode high a little bit off Outriders' coattails. Probably. And wow. I mean, that's pretty incredible, dude. Yeah. That's like, Ratchet and Clank was like 1 point something million.
That it cost to make the game, right?
No, they've made more than that, but in the first week they made back their development costs.
Right. So I mean,
they've made tons of money, but that's just how crazy it was selling in that first, in these last few months.
Yeah, and I remember how terrible it was when it first came out.
Yeah.
And like how there was so many things that needed to be changed, and they changed like almost 90% of those things, within that like first month. So
they fixed a lot of it, and people were happy.
Right.
It's just pretty awesome for a double A game,
Did you ever play that game?
I still haven't. I own it. I still haven't popped it in yet.
You still haven't, man. You need to at least check it out. I told you the storyline was like super quick to go through.
I got it for a reason to play it, but it's just trying to find that window.
I got you.
Quake, the original OG Quake.
Okay, don't tell me it's another remake.
No, it's being relaunched on PS4 which
even worse.
It's never been on a PlayStation console though. So this is interesting. The original Quake.
Okay.
So it's never been on an original console. But here's why I think it's interesting.
Okay.
Not because I care about Quake, but because Quake is owned by id Software, and id Software is Bethesda's studio, but part of Bethesda Studios. They're owned by Microsoft.
Okay.
So Microsoft is allowing one of their proprietary. They own this IP now to be launched on the PlayStation 4 for the first time ever. They're allowing this. Does this give us some kind of insight into the types of games that Microsoft will allow to be multi-platform?
Old as shit.
So kind of like goes back to what we talked about before. If it's something we already know and we've already expecting it, they allow it. If it's new, no more, right?
Yeah.
So I think this kind of confirms, right, like what we thought. Like if it's something that we kind of already know exists, like probably Wolfenstein, games like this will probably be like on the PS4. But like these new ones that are coming out, like they announced that new one. They gave us a little trailer for it. Gosh, I can't remember the name of it now. But it's from the people that no, it's not id. It's from the people that made Dishonored, that are making Deathloop. But they had another game coming out from them, and they showed a trailer of it. That's exclusive. Oh, it was at E3. And then you had Starfield, that's brand new, that's exclusive. Yeah. But we see Quake getting launched on the PS4, so
also it could be on some like, PlayStation and PC type shit. Hey, this game's old as fuck. Y'all could take it. You know what I mean?
Make a quick little,
I'll make some more
it's like
money
$10.
Off of it. Yeah,
like $10 to buy this thing. Yeah,
pocket change.
But I mean, Quake's pretty popular. They have QuakeCon. They have the whole convention for Quake. That's so I mean, true. There's like a lot of people that like it. So yeah, that's interesting. So look for that on the PS4.
It might make enough pocket change for them to pay some of the other developers to do like a side thing where, hey, just go and remake this.
Yeah,
that might be what causes remakes. The little old shit that they drop, and it's like, oh, that change we get from this old ass game, let's take that, make something.
You know what I mean? Yeah, they're gonna make some money. People are gonna buy this for sure. Yeah, like I said, it's the first time it's on PlayStation. So I'm not a fan of arena shooters, but I mean, I know like a lot of people like these games. So that's interesting news. Hey everyone, we get a brand new release, number 568 for Skyrim.
Oh yeah,
Skyrim is relaunching on the PS5 and Series X.
Wow, they remade it.
Do we need this? Do we seriously need this?
Is it a remaster though?
It's a remaster, right? Like it's gonna be.
But Bethesda don't even do shit to their engine.
Nothing.
We were literally just talking about this.
Bethesda
thing. Don't do shit to their engine. It's gonna look the same
thing.
It's gonna look the same.
And on the PS4 and Series X, I mean the Xbox One, you have mods.
Right.
So I was able to mod mine up. Like I don't even know if there's gonna be mods on the PS5 version. The mods
were making it look way better.
Way better. You could populate. It looked like a remake.
Yeah.
Dude, I don't even know if you're gonna have that on the PS. I don't think PS5 has mods.
If they just allowed you access to these mods.
Like on the PS4 you can, but I don't know if the PS5 will allow it. So this is just laughable to me. I have no idea, no desire to buy this. Yeah. This is not like happy. Hey, you get a Skyrim game. No, we want Elder Scrolls 6 already, man. Like, come on. I thought that was laughable. So look for that on PS5, dude.
Yeah, look for it.
20 years later.
Yeah.
Next piece of little news is Aloy, our favorite little bow-wielding, Chicana from Horizon, is coming to Genshin Impact.
Okay, all right. So Genshin Impact is almost like a PS5 exclusive, at least with consoles.
Dude, it is. Yeah,
I mean, you can play it on PC, and I think you can play it on mobile.
It's kind of like a PlayStation exclusive.
You can only play it on PS5, so I'm sure that's the only place that you can find the actual character, right?
Yeah.
Or maybe
I don't think you can find it on PC.
On PC,
maybe. Oh, well, I guess because Horizon's on PC, you might be able to play it on PC. Yeah. Maybe on mobile as well.
Probably phone too. Yeah.
But the thing here is, like, she looks dope. Like the little thing they gave her, like they did a great job with designing her combat. Like it had some sweet bow action going on. It looked
just like Aloy, all of the flips,
just in like cartoon form. Yeah, like it was really cool. And it looked fun. Like it's like, dude, that almost makes me want to go and buy that character. I love bow wielding characters.
Right.
So it's just like I just thought like that was really cool, man. How do I get her? Yeah. So I was asking you, like, is this going to be like a character we can buy individually, or is it like in a pack? Like, how do we get access to Aloy?
Yeah, I mean, I could see them trying to have you buy like certain packs or whatever to get a better chance at Aloy. I don't see it. I don't see her being in the story, but I mean, maybe they gave
that's what I mean. I can't
couple
see
of,
her
like,
being in the
quest
story.
scenarios that you could eventually get Aloy. Because I believe, you know, maybe somebody who's played Genshin, correct me if I'm wrong, but I believe that every character that is in Genshin Impact can be obtained just by playing the game. It's just a matter of like when you get across that storyline, you know, like, you know, you can buy.
I have no idea about that.
You can buy the packs and possibly acquire the person for free with the in-game currency stuff, or you can come across them within the story. You know what I mean? Or you can decide to purchase them with real money.
I see.
You know, or whatever, and just get them quicker. But
and for our last quick shot of the day, Halo Infinite is not launching with their co-op mode or their Forge at launch.
Wow.
So this means you cannot play the game through with a friend on co-op, which you've always been able to.
Right.
On every Halo, you can do like couch co-op and like play through with a friend.
Yeah, just
that's not existent on Halo. Or Forge, which Forge came a little bit later in the Halo world, but you can like customize your map, make your own game mode with your own rules. That's not coming out either.
That's crazy. That's kind of perplexing to me because didn't they just show us multiplayer?
Yeah.
Like a couple of weeks ago? Mm-hmm. Like, and it almost seemed as if it was coming out first.
What's weird to me is like...
because it was like a solo thing.
Isn't a co-op mode kind of an easy thing to add? You're just playing through and then like someone just teleports into your game and is running through with you. Why would that be like something that needs to be delayed? What's technical about that? I mean, maybe it is, but you would think that's an easy thing to add into the game.
I mean, you saw how difficult it was to have like co-op in Dark Souls. You know what I mean? And actually play with somebody you wanted to play with.
Yeah, and Outriders too, which was a multiplayer game. Which was a multiplayer game to begin with. That was a mess.
I mean, Outriders is still buggy as fuck. Like you gotta like, oh, I don't see you. You gotta like leave, go back to the main screen, and then come back in.
Oh, now you're on my list. Now I can. Yeah, it's ridiculous.
Yeah, now I can send you the invite. Yeah, so I mean, maybe there's something up with like, you know, with the difficulty in being able to, you know, get two people to play on the same game.
So
maybe it's way more difficult than we thought.
Maybe it is. Like maybe there's something networky that we just don't understand there. But I mean, because I feel like we've had co-op games our whole life. Like you can go all the way back to like Gauntlet Legends, you know, and you're playing with your buddies. Like, why is this Diablo? Like, how is this so hard? I don't understand why. But this makes me wonder, like, if we go back to last year when this game was supposed to launch, were we not going to get a co-op mode until 2023, 2022? Like, how long were they going to wait? Because it's already been delayed a year. And now you're delaying co-op mode till, like, next year again? That's what they were saying, 2022? It's like, does that mean we wouldn't have had that for 2 years if you launched it last year? That's so weird.
Yeah, I don't get it. Because, you know, like I said, like, we literally just saw them showcasing multiplayer.
So you can have a network thing, right?
Yeah,
it's just
you
a
guys
network
haven't
thing.
even showcased the fucking game since that bad showcase that you guys did.
Right, you just showcased
multiplayer.
multiplayer.
You got memed the fuck out, but like it's like, you know what I mean? You just showed us all this multiplayer. I would be assuming, you know, the average person would be assuming that this shit is coming out, you know, it's going to come out before or at least at the same time as the game. But I thought, me personally, I thought that it was going to come out before the game just because the game has looked so ass. And they
just
got a lot of work to do on it.
Just launch Battle Royale mode or whatever.
You could just do the multiplayer, and people not going to really focus too much on the graphics because they just focusing on the game.
I mean, I think that's what people care most about, too, is multiplayer, right? With Halo. Most people really love the multiplayer.
Yeah.
I don't, but I know that's hugely popular for them as the multiplayer. So, yeah, that's a great idea. They could have just launched that. You're right. People are going to be very forgiving on graphics.
And you would forget about, there was even a campaign because you would be so focused. People who want to play that shit would be focused on the multiplayer.
And they're not the first to do that.
For a while.
COD has done that in the past. They launched a non-campaign COD,
game,
and it was just multiplayer. So it's not like that unrealistic.
Yeah.
So I don't know what's going on over there, man.
That's interesting. I think 343 is just like...
I don't know if this is COVID or what, but this is just weird. It's all weird with Halo.
I feel like they're kind of scrambling. They're just trying to figure something out.
Mm-hmm.
And it was probably like maybe, I don't know, maybe it was Phil. That was like, hey, man, y'all
just
can't release this
out,
fucking multiplayer without this campaign. You guys need to release the campaign first. The multiplayer should always be second.
I think so.
If you're going to have a first person, if you're going to have a campaign, then it needs to be second.
Yeah.
You know, the multiplayer should just always be second. It's okay. You just new DLC that comes out or whatever.
Yeah, I think you're right. I think people are more so expecting a campaign here And we always kind of think you play the even in like the way we play games. I beat the game and then I jump into multiplayer. It's always kind of like even secondary, even in the real world, the way we play that.
I mean, there's lots of people, and there's plenty of times where I've played like Black Ops and just never touched the campaign.
Yeah,
I just played the multiplayer.
Black Ops is unique,
or
but
even
like let's say
Cold War, I just played zombies, and I haven't really played the campaign.
Yeah, it's with Call of Duty. Sometimes you just instantly jump into multiplayer,
right?
But with like let's say Uncharted or The Last of Us, we always play the campaign first, and then you're like, I'll try out the multiplayer. It's always kind of like a secondary thing. It was always that way with me with Halo. I would always play the campaign and then maybe check out multiplayer after.
Right.
But it's always the campaign first. It's always like with COD that kind of formula has kind of like, not worked.
Right.
But for the most part, yeah, you think the campaign is numero uno and the multiplayer is like a secondary thing. But they're kind of doing it reverse here, it seems like.
Yeah.
Anyways, Halo Infinite's on a weird trajectory, man.
Yeah, man. I hope they get their shit together, man. And I hope
they're successful.
All of this extra time that they taken to just dedicate all of their time to the campaign, I hope it looks good. Because if it doesn't, they're definitely gonna hear about it. Like
they've had a year extra
long.
But
it would seem like you would mainly focus on the campaign to make the campaign look superb, and then it's just easy to take that type of graphics and slide it over to the multiplayer, and then just work on how the games play in multiplayer.
Mm-hmm.
But
I think you just have no excuse,
I'm
man.
not a developer.
When
so
games like
WuKong
are coming out and your game looks like trash, there's just no excuse,
and WuKong
man.
is an indie, right? So
I mean, it's Chinese funded or whatever, but it's not a AAA studio that we know.
So they probably got the whole continent behind them. So,
the communist government probably is like funding it themselves, right? The whole continent behind them. Anyways, so that's it, man, for the quick shots.
All right, cool. That was a good little list. But since we're done with the quick shots, let's go ahead and hit them with the main topics.
Yeah.
The first one we're going to talk about today is From Software, but they're not really working on a Bloodborne 2, unfortunately. There's been rumors of a new PS5 exclusive, but we don't really know exactly where they're headed. We know that upcoming in January is Elden Ring's launch, and then after that, it's kind of shaky. I mean, there's been possible rumors of a Bloodborne remake. That they might do, but
remake,
that
with
they
Blue
might
Point,
be doing right after or something like that. But they're definitely not working on Bloodborne 2.
Nope.
I mean, I know a lot of people have been requesting the remake for one, and then they definitely want a sequel from them. And I don't know if there's been any game that From Software has done that has not had a sequel to it. I mean, maybe the only one would be Demon Souls, but I mean, technically
Dark Souls is kind of
the sequel to it.
Yeah, it's a spiritual successor, right?
Right.
Yeah, so for me, I don't know what's going on with Bloodborne, dude. This is the weirdest thing to me. The absolute strangest thing. I mean, I guess they didn't have a sequel for Sekiro either, or at least not yet. Sekiro, there's no Sekiro, there's no sequel for that yet.
Right. That was really just like
that's more recent, a few years ago. Yeah. But Bloodborne has been like in limbo for a long time. Like they only ever released one DLC for it. In the past, they do like more than one DLC for their Souls game, like three. There's like 2 or 3 DLCs. Yeah. They only did one for Bloodborne. People have been asking for a PS5 upgrade. They just never do that. People love Bloodborne, and for some reason, it just doesn't seem to be. Sony owns that IP. They own that. Yes, they own Bloodborne. They own that IP. Like it was developed by From Software, but it's owned by Sony. Okay. So I don't know why you would not want to make a sequel to Bloodborne. Like it's so dope. I loved Bloodborne. I platinumed that game.
Well, the reason why is because they're focused on making all these other remakes for these other smashes.
Yeah,
that they just want to burn it.
Give us a sequel. I don't want to like necessarily remake, but like give us a sequel. But I know they're focused on remakes right now, unfortunately. But it's not Bloodborne. It's been confirmed. Like whatever From Software is working on is not Bloodborne.
Which is kind of cool because
it is
I'm
cool.
Okay with that.
It's a new IP.
Yeah.
So it's not Dark Souls either. So it's not Dark Souls or Bloodborne related. However, the rumor is that it is more Souls-like than not.
Right.
So
Which
this is going to be
this
is going to be more like Souls than Bloodborne or like Sekiro. It's going to be more like a Souls-like game.
And that's kind of cool because it's kind of like Elden Ring is a Souls-like, but it's supposed to be vastly different.
Mm-hmm. Open world and everything.
Right.
Yeah.
So it's kind of like, maybe they're giving us a spiritual successor to Dark Souls.
Yeah.
And so it's going to be like Souls, but just, a different name to it or whatever.
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking too.
Bloodborne was completely different from Dark Souls because it was way more fast-paced. You know what I mean? And Elden Ring is completely different from Dark Souls because it's more open world. They have their aspects that are similar because it's the same place doing it, but there's just things that are just different.
Absolutely.
So, yeah, I mean, something that's not Dark Souls 4, but just name something different, Pure Souls or something like that.
Well, dude, when they announced Elden Ring, it was kind of like we all understood that this is the end of the Souls games.
Did we? I didn't know if it was the end.
Well, because they said they wanted to stop making Souls game, they wanted to go and do other things. And so maybe that was kind of like the end, but they're going to release more games, and maybe this game that comes out for the PlayStation will be like the Souls game we all want, but they're not doing anymore. Like, they're not doing Dark Souls anymore. Like, I don't think we're going to ever see a Dark Souls 4 again. Yeah, I don't think we're going to see like a Dark Souls 4. I think we're done with that name. And you're right. That might be like a new successor, like Spirit Souls or whatever, right? Like something dumb, right? But like, they know we like that. They know that they've made their living off Souls games.
That's how they stamped they made their mark in the game.
So they know we want that. So maybe this is like their way of answering that call. Although I feel bad for Xbox users if this is going to be a PlayStation exclusive. Yeah. Which is why I always say just get both consoles instead of having the console war. But it is what it is. Either way, it's exciting because From Software is like right up there with Naughty Dog as like maybe the best developer on the planet. There's a few that are like
game. There's those couple of companies that just like set the standard, or they totally revamp things. You know what I mean? It's like somebody coming in and now all of a sudden there's a 3-point line in a basketball game. Like, those are the game changers. Those are the ones that you look to, and they will always produce.
Yeah, we look to Rockstar, right? We look to Naughty Dog. We look to, I think From Software is part of that group, dude. Like, like the big triune, these massively incredible companies. I think From Software is part of that group because whenever there's word, it's like madness. Whenever like any word of a new Rockstar game, it's like madness, dude. It's like the talk of the town. It's the same thing with Souls. Whenever there's any word, that was the most anticipated game for year after year was Elden Ring. Yeah. Whenever they did the polls or whatever, it was always Elden Ring. Right. Like, it's so huge. So whenever From Software news comes out, whether if this is a rumor and it's not real, I don't care. I want to talk about it because that's how incredible From Software is and how much we love that developer, Yeah,
speaking of rumors, that fucking State of Play never even happened.
Dude. What is the deal with that, man?
What the deal was with that, dude. Like, I mean, it was everywhere. Like, everybody and their mom was talking about the rumors and whatnot. And, as I said before, as far as the shit showing in it, I feel like that's up in the air. Like, the most thing you're guaranteed is like the main game that's coming out that they'll be trying to showcase. But I thought the date was solid.
Dude, I'm convinced.
They always, announcing it like the day before or like 2 days before, you know what I mean? And you just got to catch it.
I'm convinced it's real. Like, I'm convinced that rumor is real. I believe that Sony is planning a State of Play. Part of me just thinks that whenever these things get leaked, all these companies, they want to change the date up because they don't want it to be leaked. They want it to be like on their terms. And so they basically like just delay it a week. Yeah. But I'm convinced that Sony is adamantly determined to show Kena gameplay. They want to get you hyped, I think. Yeah. So I can't imagine why there would not be a State of Play before Kena.
Maybe they're trying to wait until closer?
Maybe even September. But I think there's going to be one, man. They that they have every intention to
we haven't
get
had
you hyped
yet,
for Kena.
Right?
No.
We haven't had one yet.
We haven't had like a Kena showcase.
And all of the other, the previous PS5 exclusive games
have
had a showcase, right? I mean, did Demon's Souls have one? I can't remember.
Well, they had like a long demo of it.
Right.
I don't know if they had like their own. I can't remember if they had their own State of Play.
But that was
they had like a long demo of it that showed us the game. We haven't really got that from Kena. We've gotten clips of the game and trailers of the game, but not any like, okay, this is what you're doing.
We've gotten some slightly in-depth stuff, but nothing, quite as long as like what Deathloop got. Or whatever,
exactly, or what Ratchet got, right? What these games get is their own little personal showcase.
Even, what was the other game? Snack, whatever.
I think Returnal even got a long gameplay demo. What was
The
Bug Snack got a long demo too
in
a State of Play. You're right, a good little chunk.
Right.
So we haven't got that with Kenna, and they want to do that. And so I think that's where the rumors are coming from, that internally they're planning to do that.
Yeah.
And I would bet, like you, I'm not expecting anything big. I'm expecting Kenna to be like the centerpiece there.
Well, Kenna's big to me, but yeah, like not like
by big, I mean like a reveal. Like here's God of War, right?
Or Horizon,
right.
Forbidden West.
I don't expect anything like that.
Nothing added onto it. I think it would have its own. You know what I mean? I don't think that they would do something that, to try to showcase Kenna and then, let's give you God of War. Like,
and then
that
trample
would just
on
Kenna's news,
steam.
You know what I mean?
Yeah. Pull the wind right out of their sails. So I'm expecting it. I believe it. But I just think the date, it was way off. And part of me wonders if that's Sony just trolling, playing games. Well, we can release this when we want to release this.
Yeah.
We'll announce it next week, right?
Yeah, I guess we'll see. We'll see if there's any more rumors. Obviously, we'll be talking about it.
Keep our eyes
peeled. If it does pop up sometime this week, coming up, then we'll be talking about it on the next episode. So, just stay tuned to that. The next topic we have is this site that seemed to cater to everybody who loves Nintendo but hasn't had a chance to buy one, and RomUniverse. It seems like they've had a lot of issues with Nintendo within the last year or two, and they got sued for 2.1 mil. So that was a hard hit. I don't even know if RomUniverse, if you even pay to be on that site, but I'm sure they get the ads.
There's a premium. You don't. So you can actually not pay anything.
Okay.
But you can actually pay a premium subscription just to have fast downloads.
Oh, okay.
So there's something revenue there.
Okay.
I don't know if it's millions of dollars.
They possibly had the 2.1 million.
I don't know if this guy's like a multi-millionaire, but I mean, he's making a little money on this.
If I got it, I'm giving it to grandma and I'm calling bankruptcy.
That's right.
You sue me.
Yeah, dude.
I got that shit. But so it looks like they've been pressed even further by Nintendo and been told to essentially destroy or delete all of their games that are on this site, which is interesting because it seems like if you had got sued, right, that would have been part of the lawsuit, that you have to stop this,
right,
shut down the website,
right,
just in general, don't allow it on there and take everything off of there.
It's like in new court docs they have to destroy all the information. You think that'd been the original, not new.
So maybe you gave me a cease and desist of putting new games on there, and it was able to keep the old stuff up there, and then they realized it's still getting hit up. So, I mean, all I gotta say is
what I wanted to ask you about this is, what do you think about Nintendo putting all this time and energy into shutting this ROM site down? Is this wasted energy, dude? What is the point of this?
I would say
they're gonna get $50 a month from this guy.
I would honestly say no, this isn't wasted energy, and the reason why I say it's not wasted is because of the release of that damn Steam Deck. This ROM site would have to be popping 3 times over because of the Steam Deck. The competition was the Switch, right?
Right.
Because that's the only other portable game console that you have besides the old shit like the PS Vita and all that stuff. But if I get ROMs and I'm able to put everything that I would normally play on a PC onto this thing, now I've got a Switch.
Yeah, but aren't ROMs like a dime a dozen? Can't you find these all over the place?
You probably can, but
so that's what I mean by
I think the issue would be one central site. Right, one place that you can go to get it all.
Yeah, I just think that this isn't a hard thing for people to do. I think.
Everywhere. No.
Yeah.
I mean, obviously, right? This RomUniverse getting shut down does nothing.
That's what I mean. That's what I mean. It does nothing. That's ultimately my point.
Right, but
it feels like it does nothing. All this fighting does nothing. The guy doesn't have the money to pay.
Yeah.
So what does it cost him? It only costs Nintendo.
Right.
Time and effort to sue this guy. When you're saying, once it's out there, it's there, dude. You can find this. Yeah, you might need to go to a few other places, just collect everything. Yeah. But for the most part, it's what are you doing?
Yeah, it's trying to shut down.
It's an impossible
Pirate
fight.
Bay or something
it's an impossible fight. Yeah,
you could try to shut down Pirate Bay, but there's so many others.
It's an impossible fight. It's just impossible. Yeah,
you can shut that one down, but something else is going to pick up.
Yeah.
Or like, you know, all the times that they shut down like Cody and all of the different ways to run like Cody and Popcorn Time and stuff. But then they just pick like a different
it's the same thing.
.eu or whatever.
Isn't it the same thing with like PlayStation 5?
PlayStation
where
5, yeah.
Sony went after them,
name, yeah.
and then they said, forget it, we're going to keep going, and you never heard from it again. Because Sony realizes this is a losing battle. You can't stop it. People are going to make these plates all over the world. You're going to have thousands of... You can't go after all of them.
It's not
There's
made,
no way.
It's not made exactly the same as your shit. It does not have triangles, you know, squares and X's and O's all over
It's different.
as the textured print. It's smooth. So it's different.
But also, once it's out there, it's out there.
Right.
Once you have the plates, I could just copy this. And now you go Etsy, whatever. It's just these types of things are like, like you were saying, once it's out there, it's impossible. Yeah. It's just impossible to fight these battles. And I just kind of laugh because go through all this trouble to shut this guy down.
Yeah.
And then what they get is a court order for this guy to pay $50 payments a month. Just Nintendo.
Because the man wasn't getting money like that.
And this dude didn't pay his $50 payment.
He
didn't pay his $50 payment, and so Nintendo went after him again, and that's why you had these new court filings. But this dude like wasn't making a lot of money, I don't think.
Yeah.
Like he just has this site up, and like people just go there and they collect, and it's not like he's this millionaire from this thing.
Right.
And that's what's interesting too. Like if there isn't a lot of money to be made here, then like what is Sony doing? I mean, Nintendo doing? Like it's not like this guy's profiting really off your games. He's not making money.
Yeah.
Right. They're just out there, and he's a place for people to collect them. It's like a data site.
He ain't the guy that made these.
And he didn't make them.
Other people that have taken them and copied them.
Got the data off the...
A central area. That's all he did. He created the safe space for everybody to come visit.
That's right.
To get all of the ROMs that they could possibly think of or know about. You know what I mean? That's all it is. But
it's like suing Amazon because my Apple computer is not working right. It's like, no, that's an Apple thing, dude. Like, go after the guy who were making the ROMs, not this dude who is just like consolidating them in one location. That's what's so funny about this.
Right.
And just the $50 payment is hilarious.
It's definitely interesting that they're putting so much into this because when one head is cut off, another head is going to grow.
Oh, that's right.
It's just a Hydra.
Absolutely.
It's definitely coming back.
Exactly, dude. You know, it's too
it'll be
easy.
Interesting to find out what the next one is, but perhaps if this hasn't been done yet, right? If they have not closed off RomUniverse yet, I'd say if you are in the
quick
area of like trying to get a Steam Deck, just go ahead and download the biggest package you can find of like Nintendo games, just so you're ready. That way you have it.
It's still up.
Nothing you got to worry
the
about.
website's still up.
See, so you got time. Run, go get you all around. I do not condone.
Still up, guys. So
pirating of any video games.
This guy hasn't died yet.
If you happen to go that way, you could definitely get them before it's too late. That way you don't got to worry about searching for them on no BitTorrent.
That's another thing about Nintendo. Like, they don't realize this is just going to create the problem even worse, right? Oh, you're telling my account have it? Now I want to have it.
Right.
Right? And
I'm going to get it because I know it's about to go out of style.
That's what I'm saying. It's just Sony. No, Nintendo cracks me up, man. Sony's kind of like them too, but I think they're the worst, man. They'll like shut a little, guy, a YouTube channel down, has like one sub because they have like one of his images. Like they'll go after that little guy. Like Nintendo just cracks me up, dude. Yeah. They're so funny with their IPs.
Yeah.
Like it's hilarious.
So for the next bit of news, this one's about Last of Us 2 and a possible Battle Royale. So I guess there's been like another data mine. That's how all these things get freaking discovered or whatever. But in The Last of Us Part 2, somebody went into the data and they were able to find like a whole bunch of assets that pointed to like some type of a battle royale. I think the first Last of Us had some type of a multiplayer that was released, well after, like we said, a
Factions.
DLC. Called Factions.
That was original. People liked it a lot.
Yeah, and they are still apparently still playing it. A small group of people
really
are still playing it. So, so this person went in, found some extra stuff, and actually was able to pull up all of the assets so you could see them, see what they look like.
Yeah,
and stuff like that.
Some of the assets they found were like listening devices, little handheld TV, Maybe that's like maybe a little mini map. I don't know, like a handheld TV, maybe to watch people, maybe like surveillance. They had little collars for like dogs. What makes people think Battle Royale is because they found a map asset that was like all the maps put together for like one big map.
Okay.
And that's completely different than factions. Because factions are like multiplayer maps, right? Like Call of Duty.
Yeah.
You have like the little multiplayer map. This is a big, massive map. And so people's like, oh, that sounds like Battle Royale to me. The assets didn't say Battle Royale, though. That's what's interesting. And so what I find interesting about it, first of all, let me say this. I was expecting like a factions like they had on Last of Us 1. That's what I was expecting. So I had next to zero interest in this whole multiplayer project, right? When they first announced they're working on the multiplayer project, I had next to no interest in it. Did you have any interest in it at all?
No, I never played the first one, so.
Like, let's say they launched it, and even if it was free, I don't know if I'd play it.
Yeah, I mean, I didn't play Uncharted's multiplayer.
Yeah, I didn't play that either.
I'm more so interested in these games for their
I agree.
campaign
and
their story.
I had no interest at all in the idea of playing a multiplayer on Last of Us. So for me, my Last of Us 2 days were behind me, you know? But with the launch of this leaked data mine stuff, it got me more excited because I think even if it went Battle Royale, I think that's a really cool idea because Battle Royale is about survival. It's about being the last one in the world, right?
Yeah.
You're fighting for survival. And I think Last of Us 2 encapsulates that idea like really, really well. And so for me, if that's the direction they were thinking, I think Last of Us 2 is a great environment. Like imagine being in a post-apocalyptic massive world. You're like, you know, when you go into the house and you're scavenging for things, that's what you would do. Like that's exactly what you would do. And if you came across people, you would fight to take their resources. Like it just all kind of thematically makes sense that The Last of Us 2 is a great environment.
Well, you would hope that you would band
for
together.
you hopefully could. And in these games you can. In these Battle Royales you can. Mm-hmm. But you know, it's almost like in a lot of these games like DayZ, remember, or whatever, we played the zombie games. Yeah. It seemed like whenever you saw a human, man, it was like shoot first, ask questions later. Days Gone was like that. And I feel like this is like exactly what that would be. But what I'll say is this. I don't think it's Battle Royale.
Do you think it's an MMO?
I think it is like a GTA Online or Red Dead Online.
Okay, so you've got the whole
interconnected map.
Like every map, it's all linked together because that's
one
how
big
it's
world.
Except it all have access, and you're just trying to survive in the world. You have PvE, but you also have PvP possibilities. And you know, in GTA, PvP was not a primary focus. It existed, but you were kind of doing your own thing. I think this is going to be much more like Rockstar, and you're going to have like your own character, and I think you're going to customize it, and I think you're going to have things to do in the world, and you're going to have like a base to collect. That's what I think. And that super excites me because I'll play that. I will play that because I am thirsty for more Last of Us 2. Like I love that game so much. I'm not going to like go back and replay it over and over again, but to play in that like heavily detailed world gets me excited to think about, wow, this could be like its own game. A separate actual game. This may be bigger than we ever thought. Because like I said, I originally thought I was thinking factions, but this might be bigger than that. And another thing too, Naughty Dog released a job listing a few months back. If you remember, I think we might have reported on it, where they were hiring for a multiplayer game that is built, and this is the job posting, for longevity. And that's what GTA Online is. Yeah.
So that's what I'm thinking it is, man. Like, what do you think? Would that excite you? Would that get you to want to play it? Because I know you wouldn't want to play factions, but what about something like this?
I mean, I definitely wouldn't want to play a Battle Royale for sure.
Yeah.
I'm not on that page. But if this was in the Last of Us, universe, and you're sitting there basically surviving, you can link up with people, you know what I mean? You can get on the chat or whatever, the group chat, and then, hey, come meet me over here at this building or this library or whatever,
Let's scavenge this place, yeah.
Like, you can get parties, that you can form up, and then you guys can sit there and then, like, correlate with each other to, like, take down some of these walkers, or I forgot what the name of them is.
clickers.
The clickers and stuff like that, the infected, and then just like hunt for different items and different things like that. That would be pretty cool. That might be something that I'd actually be interested in, because I'm looking for like a good multiplayer game. You know what I mean? And Black Desert Online is cool, but
or what about like a Ark survival, or like Rust? These games where like you're dropped into a survival world and you just gotta like collect. So you collect resources and you build. Yeah. They could even go that direction too. I don't think this is Battle Royale. I think it's something bigger and grander.
Yeah, like I would just be interested as standalone game. How they're working with like your deaths. You know what I mean? Like,
is it like full? Is like permadeath or something?
Yeah, permadeath. Because I mean, adding a permadeath aspect to it might be kind of interesting. You know what I mean? If the map was so vast that it's not just like every 5 minutes you're coming across a person. You know what I mean? If it's like, vast enough that you're coming across clickers and things like that, but there's moments where, you guys are just, running or walking through a city, and, and you don't come across somebody everywhere. Or,
right.
Not everybody is aggressive. Maybe there's like a community that you can start, in certain areas or something like that.
I'm so excited for that idea, dude. That excites me.
Encounter something like that. I mean, it would kind of suck if there's nonstop aggression from everybody that's in the game.
I don't want that.
And your character, once it dies, it's just dead.
Right, but I think if the world is big enough and you limit it like GTA to like 15 to 20 dudes.
People on the servers, yeah.
Right, and it's not like hundreds of people.
Right.
So you're not running into someone all the time. And then when you do run into someone, it's kind of novel. So you won't really like feel like attacking them right off the bat. I think like it will feel like GTA 5. Where like you saw people all the time, but it didn't always end in death. You kind of just maybe ignored them because you're doing something else. Like you have something else you're trying to do. Where like in a Battle Royale, that's all there is to do is kill other guys. Like that's the whole point, is to find someone to kill.
Right.
And I don't think they'll go this route because, dude, I can honestly envision them launching a full AAA $60 price tag on something like a Rust or something like a survival Ark. Right?
Give you missions.
Give you missions. That's what I mean. I'm like NPCs in the world.
Yeah.
Like what we wanted Fallout 76 to be. Like I'm thinking that direction. And I think we never even envisioned this. And I think it turned into this over time, which is why it's been so delayed. Because I kept thinking to myself, what's taking them so long to launch a factions multiplayer mode?
I wasn't even thinking about it. But
you know what I'm saying?
You had that in your mind that you wanted one.
Because
you were looking for one.
I wasn't looking forward to it, but I was just wondering why it's taking so long. It didn't add up to me. Because they released, it was like that with Last of Us 2. It was a little delayed, but it was very close. It was like a few months after Last of Us 1. Yeah. It wasn't years later. It's been years, dude. Years since Last of Us 2 came out. And they still haven't launched the multiplayer mode. That communicates to me this is something bigger and grander than what we ever thought it was.
Yeah, that'd be definitely really interesting, if like maybe how they do it is like there's like camps that you could join and be a part of, and then you can go out to scavenge, for gear and things like that, and those are the missions and stuff, you need
like a Days
infirmary
Gone
stuff or whatever, and you're going out, but you come back to the camp and you get more missions, and you have friends that become part of that camp, so that you guys click together and go out and search for stuff. Maybe there's like crazier, like harder missions of things to go to that you need to keep up
you
with
go
or
kill
something.
Those big blobs or whatever for like even greater rewards, like a raid kind of thing, or a dungeon.
And sometimes you could possibly like meet somebody out there, and
I
like
think there's a lot of room here, dude.
I don't know.
Talking about longevity, like this feels like what you can play a game as a service. They can add raids in, dungeons in, just kind of build off this for many years to come.
Yeah.
And you get that Naughty Dog polish. Like this is going to be so much more polished, right, than any of these other not Battle Royale, but these like Rust or Ark games will ever offer you.
Yeah,
you're getting that Naughty Dog quality.
I couldn't see a large scale, but I could definitely see if you were to have like at least a server with like maybe 30 people or something like that in it. At a time or whatever. So that way it's just not so congested. You know what I mean?
As long as it's not congested.
That
right. That you're in a world of people, multiplayer.
A scarce, that humans are the minority, you know what I mean, in general. So
yeah, you have to have a small population. You can't have like 100 people on the map. Right. But you just have multiple servers. Just like 76, right? When you join the game, you're entered into a new server. and I invite you to my world, or I come to your world,
right?
And it just puts my camp into your world,
mm-hmm.
and we go and we explore, dude, and we collect, and we just have a good time killing zombies and getting new items for our base.
Yeah,
like that sounds dope to me.
Yeah, so I mean, it'd be interesting to see if we ever hear anything come from any of this information.
Hopefully
that's
eventually, man.
I mean, it could be just some shit that they cut out of the game and didn't add.
Yeah, I was gonna ask you, like, isn't that weird that they left some of these assets in the game? Wouldn't you like just want to have this not in there? Why even leave that in there? Something happened. Either they were gonna do something simplistic,
a DLC or something,
and then it changed somewhere along the lines. You know, so just interesting to me. Interesting story.
For sure. So I mean, I guess we'll look for possibly hearing some more about that in the future. Hopefully we do. To see at least what was going on. Maybe hopefully there is something grand that
I'm hoping
they're coming out with. You know what I mean?
Yeah, we'll have to wait and see. We'll follow the story closely.
But I mean, when I keep hearing about remakes and stuff like that, I don't think this is anywhere in their books. But
your enthusiasm,
we could be surprised.
Yeah.
Yeah. So on to the next news. Call of Duty Vanguard. So there was a couple of things that were leaked before, right? Like the Vanguard beta dates were leaked, and then the fact that it was coming first to PlayStation. And then I think about a day or two ago, we ended up getting the trailer release for Vanguard.
Yeah.
So how'd you feel about the trailer?
I'm torn because I can't tell what is like game and like not game. Okay. Or if it's all game or if it's all not game. Like I can't tell.
Yeah, I don't think I saw like any like this is like, in-game.
In-game, they didn't really put that tag right in there. And if you watch it, they have like really like millisecond glimpses of you looking down the sights of a gun and shooting.
Right.
It's not enough to get a bearing to see just how good it looks.
Yeah.
Because if you watch the trailer in whole, like some of the graphics are just like, this is like jaw-dropping.
Look damn good.
Damn good.
Yeah.
This is like next gen. But then I'm like, but is that how it will look when I'm playing? Or is this just like a trailer reveal? And they don't put like any
scenes,
Yeah, they don't put anything in there to make me think like you said, like this is all in-game footage. This is, how the game will look when it plays. If that's the case, then they get me excited because I'm not excited about World War II.
Yeah.
It's like we've been there, done that. So many times. Why can't Call of Duty like release a different era every time? Like why do we have to go back and rehash like a game we've already played? Like what about World War I, or like what about Vietnam, right? Or what about like the Korean War? Like what about a different war? Like why do we keep going back? Or why do we keep reusing like? So I'm not super excited about the World War II world that they're setting it in. But the graphics were just really mind-blowing. And if the game looks that way, and it's like, in my mind, Naughty Dog level like realism, then I'm excited about that.
Yeah, I mean, I thought it was interesting with all of the different clips that they were using throughout the game. It almost felt as if this was a story of like 4 or 5 different people. Or groups of people.
It's 4 people,
It wasn't just like, a one-person storyline, going through their journeys. It was almost like, different areas of this war going on.
But dude, man, some of these shots, man, like the desert shot and they showed the guy there, that looked real. Like the graphics just look insane if this is actually how the game looks.
Yeah, I was kind of excited for the scene where the one pilot was flying, shooting down,
he pulled his
and then
gun out
he pulled. Yeah, he opened.
I don't know if that's possible, but that was cool. Yeah,
his plane,
that was sweet.
His plane's getting taken down, and he's sitting there falling or whatever. He's got his parachute, and his parachute burns. And there's explosions going all around him, and it's like, how are you gonna, get down safely from that? You know what I mean?
Exactly.
Like, I thought that he was gonna grab onto the other guy that was parachuting in front of him, but then you saw a plane explode like right in front of that.
What's crazier, man? Okay, what's crazier? That scene right there where you're pulling your own pistol out and you're kicking a plane out, or in Battlefield 2042 when he ejects, pulls the bazooka out and shoots the plane and then flies back to his plane and gets back in? What's more unrealistic?
I think the one where you're hopping out, you're using an ejection and shooting some shit First of all, where you pull that fucking bazooka
That was
from?
crazy, dude.
You know what I mean?
That was so
trying
crazy.
to slide back into your plane perfectly, like that's nuts. You know
Both these games are trying to do some crazy
Fast
stuff.
and Furious 9 type shit, but
yeah.
But yeah, so I mean, you know, the little clip or whatever, the trailer that we saw, I think it was only like 2 minutes or something like that. So
yeah,
it was interesting. You know, it kind of made me want to see perhaps some more about the game. I don't know if I'll do any like pre-ordering just to play the beta access, which is I believe it's coming for September or something like that.
Yeah. The way the graphics looked, man, like it got me excited enough to like consider it.
Yeah.
I am curious about how well this game does, being Activision.
Right.
For some reason, there is like this disconnect. We don't think of Activision.
Well, this is Hammer Games, isn't it?
No, this is Activision. Sledgehammer is developing, but this is an Activision game.
Okay.
All the Call of Duties are Activision, but I think there's like this disconnect with people that we think, no, that's Call of Duty. We don't think like that's Activision. We go, that's Call of Duty, man. It's just Call of Duty.
Right.
And so I think like they're okay in that sense, but I'm wondering like a lot of people are gonna be like, nah, dude, like I'm done. And all of a sudden you see this migration to like Battlefield 2042
because of like Blizzard.
Because of Blizzard Activision, you know, the whole scandals going on right now.
Gotcha.
I'm curious to see how much excitement there is. I'm sure it will still be like a top seller, yada yada yada, but will it be like hand over fist like it's been in the past?
I think because Call of Duty is basically under the Activision side umbrella.
It is.
I think that anything with the name Blizzard attached to it will have people not fucking with it. But I think because it'll be under the Activision side, I think it might have some leeway.
Yeah, well, it's Blizzard Activision. It's both of them have scandals. It's not like separate. Yeah, both of them have scandals. Okay. Yeah, so it's not like they're divided. Yeah. So they're both effed. But I do think that there's this disconnect like we're talking about with Call of Duty. For some reason with Call of Duty,
it might get the pass. It might be that well-known celebrity that everybody's just like, nah, they lying about that shit.
They lying.
He ain't do that.
Exactly.
She ain't do that. She ain't say that. You know what I mean? So
I worry that we've been deceived about how this trailer looks. Because, man, if it looks like that, then that's incredible. But I have a feeling that it's not going to look that good. But maybe it will. I have no idea. But, like, that's like, whoa, I want to play that. That looks really pretty. I can't even believe how that looks. So we'll see. But you're right. It is like 4 stories, which is cool. Mm-hmm. But I just wish they would have done like a different era. Why couldn't they have done Vietnam or something?
I feel like if you're going back, to any of that stuff, it'd be cool if they had like some futuristic shit. Like
I would love futuristic.
That has not happened.
Too.
But
me too.
That could be touchy because then you might have predicted something that actually happened or happens or something like that.
I mean, we do that a lot with our movies, right? Where we're looking to a future world and they're waging over something, resources or something, and it's fine. But I just want a different era. Like every time, there's so many wars you could do. I mean, there's so many ones you could do. It's just weird that we keep rehashing. I don't even think they've done a World War I Call of Duty yet. They've done like multiple World War II eras. Storm the Beachhead. They just did a World War II a few years back. Yeah. And it's like, why are we doing this one again? I understand and we love that era, and there's lots of great stories there.
Yeah.
What about like, different perspectives? I hope it's like what you're saying. Mm-hmm. Maybe we kind of switch between the different storylines, and you get like different perspectives that we don't normally get. And maybe that's what's fresh about it.
Yeah.
I don't know. It's just, how do you make World War II fresh when we played it so much?
What if there was like some type of a Last Samurai type of
that'd be sick, dude.
Game.
I would love to go back to that.
You could go on the samurai
Shonen
side,
era.
or you could go.
Yeah, I would love that.
You could be the cowboy type of whatever. I forgot whatever they were calling them, but the militia that had the first guns and stuff like that. So you're like
just like Last Samurai, the movie The Last Samurai. Yeah,
you're running.
You have like
shots coming.
You have like fireworks or something, but like you could dodge. Yeah, you have like a melee.
You slice bullets out of the air.
Yeah, you get sliced bullets. Yeah, that'd be sick. Yeah, dude. Yeah, there's so many cool warfare eras that I think they could use. But I'll tell you what, man, when I saw it, I was like, wow, this is really pretty. This is really pretty.
Yeah.
So we'll keep an eye on it.
Yeah, I'm definitely looking to see the gameplay and stuff like that. Might consider trying to pre-order it just so that I can play the beta and then unpre-order it later. You know what I mean? Just to see. But I'll probably just end up watching somebody play it. And see, what it's looking like or whatever, so I can get the lowdown.
Yeah, for sure, man.
Yeah. So on to the next news. The Pokemon Presents happened. So we saw it. And of course, Pokemon Brilliant Diamond and Shining Pearl.
Mm-hmm.
They were definitely, remakes, but they actually added some new shit to them. Not really new in a sense that Pokemon hasn't done it before, but just new to that.
It looks different.
Yeah, I mean they gave it the 3D upgraded graphics, and then they added the bike and all of that stuff to it. But they added like a couple of more things. I think like they added like some cave locations or something like that you could go in. So they actually did put a little bit extra into the games. And so I'm happy about that. That at least it wasn't just the same exact shit and then they just threw the 3D on there. That they added something completely new that was not in the game before. Or to like the other games, for that.
Yeah, and they have the Pokemon roaming in the world visibly.
Right.
Which is cool. And it's got like that little cartoon cartoon feel, which I like that direction in art design. So there are some cool things here that are good, like you're saying, to report on. These are like positives,
right? Which
get me. And I never played either one of these, so it's like it kind of gets me a little bit more excited about them. Will I buy them day one? I don't know.
Am I gonna buy them? Period. No.
But it's like I see like some appeal here,
right?
For people, it's not just a entire rehash,
Right, yeah, and it might have been a while since you played the old game or whatever, but I mean, the fact that they're adding new stuff to it and it's just not the same recycled wash, you know what I mean? That's at least I'm appreciative of that, you know what I mean? That they're at least giving the people something extra on top of all the old shit that they had. I don't even know how big that the cave is or any of the extra stuff that they added in there, but I mean, at least it's something,
It's gonna sell out like hotcakes. We already know that.
Yeah,
but. You're right. Because, to be honest, Nintendo probably could have just released the same as that game and then a little extra and still would have sold like hotcakes.
Yeah.
So we got to give them some credit there that they did quite a bit of work here.
Yeah.
Because they didn't really need to do that. It's as sad as it is, they didn't really need to do that.
Yeah. But honestly, nobody gave a fuck about Diamond or Pearl. The only information that we wanted to hear about was Arceus. Yes, I was saying that shit totally wrong. It seems like it would be Arceus. That sounds like it would be cooler in my opinion.
My mind is Arceus, but yeah.
Yeah, I gotta think Pokemon and shit. They be like, they be taking names like literal or whatever. Exactly, Arceus. So, whatever. But yeah, so they showed us a lot more about that one, and it was kind of like what we were talking about in last week's episode where we were saying, that we wanted a few things to be completely different and new. It seemed like it was a lot of things that might be different about this game than the regular.
Totally.
I liked that there was like the aiming, to throw the Pokeball. The fact that you could just take your Pokeball, throw it towards the monster, and then the monster would pop out, and then they would start to battle, and then it was like a small enclosed area that they would battle, but it doesn't.
It was still turn-based, but
still turn-based, but it was slightly different.
It did seem like cool. The powers looked a little better though. Yeah, it's not where I want it to be, like we were talking about last week, but they are at least a little bit more in depth than just like a fist hitting the screen or like a scratch.
Right.
Like it seemed
you saw like a wave of power come out.
Exactly. Or like a big flame come up, or it looked like, okay, that looks more powerful.
Right.
Right. Which is what I've been waiting for. It's like baby steps, but yeah, it's in the right direction, what we were kind of hoping for. Right. What did you think about the fact that it seemed like the only battling you did was just against other Pokemon in the wild?
I was okay with that.
Okay.
Because it's still battling. You know what I mean? You're still doing it. So it's like playing against another person and battling them. You only battling the Pokemon. You know what I mean? The other person isn't really giving anything extra. It's just their set of Pokemon that you have to battle.
And that's a big difference because you have different types, so it's just the fights are a little bit more interesting, I think, because you have like multiple different Pokemon to fight, different types to counter, different moves to do. Where if you're just fighting one singular Pokemon.
Yeah, but in all actuality, though, like I believe that in most of the gyms when you went in there, if you're fighting in a Leaf gym, they're just a whole bunch of Earth type Pokemon. You know what I mean? If you're fighting in a fire, there's just a whole bunch of fire Pokemon.
Yeah,
so it's almost
for the gyms, but I'm talking about like when you're walking around the world and you come across a trainer.
Yeah, yeah.
You have the battles where you fight wild Pokemon, but you also have trainer battles, and so. It's weird that there's only, from what we can tell, there's only wild Pokemon battles.
And I don't think they showed us everything.
I don't think they have
going
either.
to not have us battling other people.
I'm not saying that's completely off the table. I just thought it was interesting. It's like, all we've really seen is wild battles. Like, I wonder if that's all there is.
I mean, I thought that there was gyms in there still. I thought that there was gyms over there.
Not that I saw. There's no gyms.
Huh. I could have sworn that I heard them mention
there's no
going
gyms.
to gyms or something like that. But
not that I saw. But yeah, it looks like a Breath of the Wild. You had like the thing you were flying on, and like you could go anywhere, do anything, and you're kind of just coming across towns. How dope is that? You're not like on a route like we were talking last week,
right?
And just following the route to the next town. Like you're kind of exploring, and you come across a town.
And then you had the
like,
one place,
dope.
your town, which was like your central hub that you have to come back to. You know what I mean? Because you're getting quests and you're going back out there. I thought that was interesting that you're just like you're literally just searching for a Pokemon. So it's almost like Snap. But not quite, because you have to battle them or whatever.
That's why it's a little different, because you have the battles, but it is like you're just hunting for Pokemon.
Right, because
seems like that's the goal.
You just have to encounter the Pokemon to get data from the Pokemon in order to have it in your Pokedex, I believe. I don't know if you had to capture them all. I don't think that was the objective.
Even just seeing it was enough?
I thought that just encountering the Pokemon out there was enough.
Maybe it's two-tiered. Maybe there's like just encounter, and also there's another challenge to collect.
Yeah, maybe so. I'm sure there's got to be.
It's probably going to be something like this, where like you're at your main hub, and there's all these little different type biomes around you, right? And like you go to the water biome, and you're gonna like, I'm just gonna stick here until I've caught everything.
Right.
And then when you're done, you're gonna move to the grass biome, right? And you're gonna like, I'm gonna stick here, and that's probably what the end's gonna feel like.
Yeah.
You're gonna move from zone to zone until you like saw and caught everything.
You got everything. Yeah.
That's what it feels like it's gonna be.
And and it's cool that that how they were showing like the Pokemon react to you differently. Like not all the Pokemon react the same way. So there's some that will be friendly and will come up to you. And there's some that will be aggressive. There's some that are skittish, so you gotta hide. You know what I mean? And different things like that. And I thought that all that was pretty cool. I mean, I feel like it's heading in the direction that I want the series to go, but it's not there. It's not fully there to where I want it. You know what I mean? Where I would think
this was a big difference. This is a pretty big leap considering where they've been for the last decades.
Right.
I saw decades.
Yes.
It's been like since the 90s.
Millennia.
Yeah, and it's like since the turn of the century. Turn of the millennium, right? It's been this way. It's like, come on, man.
Yeah.
So like it just like this feels more like an open world RPG than like a Pokemon game to me. And so I'm just like, I was really impressed with it. I wanted more in-depth battles. From what, like you said, they haven't shown us everything.
Right.
But from what we've seen, it's like that seems a little shallow. Like that's the only way to battle is a wild Pokemon.
Yeah.
It'd be cool if there was like a dungeon you can go into or something. I don't know what they could do.
Right.
But it definitely seems like it's half Snap, half traditional Pokemon. And you're trying to collect. But because it's such a cool, big open world, like with Snap, you're on rails.
Right.
Like this is so cool that you're big and you're exploring and you have like a water machine you're riding, and like you can fly, and it's like, man, this is really neat.
It's all exploration. There's
it's
like
all
one
exploration
set path or whatever. It's just like it looks like whatever you want to start first with, you can.
Absolutely.
You get your starting Pokemon, which is cool. Unfortunately, they seem like they're the same ones that I've seen before.
They are
it was
the
like
same.
A Cyndaquil. And
yeah,
then
it is.
The other
Venus, the Vine or whatever. Yeah, I know what you're talking about. Like those are all we've seen before.
It's cool. I would kind of prefer if there was if they didn't just give you like fire, water, and earth. You know what I mean? If they gave you like electric, and rock or something like that. You know what I mean? Instead of like leaf, water, and fire. But it is what it is. You'll come across all those out there. I like how you gotta go out there at night to find the certain ones. You know what I mean? You gotta go early.
You feel like you're collecting, like you're a trainer. Exactly.
Yeah, and you got the mission to search for all of these. It's not like the generic standard one, gotta catch them all type thing.
Right.
It's not really like an actual quest, but there's a reward if you do.
Right.
You know what I mean? It seems like this is one of your missions is to find all of these.
It was pretty crazy, man. It's like you're like throwing balls at Pokemon, and like one of them like was running at you, like, oh snap, come on. Trying to chuck a ball as you're running away to see if you can get him real quick.
Yeah. And then and then you hit it, and then it's
you're like, oh, good.
I like how it was kind of like a retro look. It wasn't like stars popping up. It looked like it was a rocket that shot out.
Yeah, a rocket shot out.
And it exploded.
Dude, at first I thought that was them being released.
Getting out.
Yeah. Because the puff from like the traditional Pokemon,
right,
you think you lost. It's like, oh no, that's the sign that you caught it.
Right, which was kind of cool. I thought that was cool. And it's like, you know, you could throw one at it. I wish that we would get past this whole like I gotta weaken the Pokemon to the point where it's like a slither of health.
Yeah.
And then I'll throw the ball at it. I wish I could knock them unconscious. Just like I'm knocked unconscious when I lose all my HP. And then I end up getting back at the infirmary or whatever to re-heal and go back out there. Like, I wish I could just incapacitate the
all
Pokemon
the way to zero.
And then throw the balls.
I agree,
and catch
bro.
them. Like, I just knocked them
That's
unconscious.
the dumbest freaking... And you know it's dumb because they had to implement the false swipe or whatever into the game because you're going to kill it on accident.
Right.
Like, that happens all the time. And it's like, I can't capture it because I'm going to kill it.
Yeah.
And I can't get it into the red because if I do one more attack, the guy's going to die. And I don't have the Pokemon out that has false swipe. And it's like such a pain in the butt. It's like, what if there was like even a stamina bar? Like, let's say the longer you kept fighting it, the stamina went down. And when it got to 0, it just goes, I can't fight any longer. And then you can attack it. Why is it based on health? It's so dumb.
I mean, I don't even like the ones where, you know, like they are like really skittish, and so you might get like two attacks and then they're ready to run. And it's just like, damn, I know I can just obliterate you if I just brought out my Cyndaquil, who I had from the beginning, which is like level 44.
Exactly.
But I have to pull out my level 3 because I know I got to hit you tenderly to weaken you slowly because you're weak as fuck.
Exactly.
I just want to catch you. Like, just get in the damn ball. Like, that's it,
dude. So true. I can't stand that. And that's like, here
it'd be
again.
Nice if you could just pelt the freaking Pokemon into submission. Like, you just keep throwing the balls at its head, and then it just like,
eventually one catches, right?
Just falls over and just goes in, you know. But
gosh, man, that's frustrating. I know. I saw that again. The whole health thing again.
Yeah,
damn.
It's, you know, it's that RNG that you have to deal with when you're catching the Pokemon, whether it will fight or not. Because it's like you could throw 2 consecutive balls in a row without damaging it, and the first one it broke out, but the second one it decides to stay.
Right.
Like, you know what I mean? There's no difference. I think the only ones that it really mattered was when you were dealing with those legendary Pokemon. You know, those ones you could not capture that shit. You had to have the Master Ball.
I know. That's like the only way. I know, dude.
You got it. But I just wish we could get past that part where we have to like judge like, oh, this hit might kill it, but like we don't get killed. We just get knocked unconscious. Right. You know what I mean?
Totally, though. Totally.
You know, so
that's so true.
Yeah. So I mean,
and I think like the idea is too like that's Pokemon as well, right? Like we don't ever see Pokemon getting killed. Right. So like we know that even when we drop it to 0, we haven't killed it. Right. When I'm fighting that trainer,
its body laying
when I'm fighting that trainer on the side of the road, I didn't just kill all our Pokemon. I just knocked
Charizard sitting there tearing the flesh off of the
I didn't just kill them all, right? Yeah. Like I didn't just electrocute them to death. Right. They're knocked out. We all know that. So I should be able to capture the knocked out Pokemon. It's standard.
Yeah.
But you got to drop it to 1 HP somehow. It's like, this is so stupid.
Right. And then it's like the slightest move you can do. It's like, damn, I haven't tried this move before. I hope it's not super pop. Shit, it is. Yeah, he's gone. And I just did one attack and just obliterated it off the map.
I don't know which one to use here. This Pokemon's kind of my same level. I want to get it low, so I'll use my strong one. And you kill it. Yeah. It's like, damn. Now I got to hunt for this guy again. It's like, darn this thing, man. This darn game.
Yeah, I wish it was like on some like Ghost of Tsushima type shit where like if you killed that Pokemon and he had like 4 other ones around it, they run. So they say, oh shit, he's taking Pokemon out.
He killed that guy.
Yeah, you could just like throw one at a running one and he's just trapped or something. You know, like give him like a shock and awe one or something. Like just take out the biggest Pokemon in the area and everybody just stand still and just like
he just sliced that Pidgeot's head in half. Let's flee from this guy.
God damn, you see the work that Mantis did to
that razor leaf just sliced his head off. Let's get out of here, man.
That would be cool if you could see like the reactions of the other Pokemon
they like
after you beat something. Like,
they like run away. Dude.
Yeah, like you get the alpha Pokemon dog, and then the other ones just lay down and submit, bellies up. You know, you can just.
And there's like a skill that when that happens, kind of like in Ghost when like time slows down.
Yeah.
And all of a sudden, okay, I can aim now.
Ooh, precision throws.
Yeah, precision throws. And it like time slows, so you have like, a few shots, like the Red Dead mode, right?
Yeah. and it would be nice if you could like sell the other Pokemon that you get. Like you're a poacher.
Oh, you can collect them.
You go bring them to town, and you like, hey man,
nah, dude,
I know you was needing a dog for hunting, so I got 2 of them. You try to buy this one for 200 gold
That's
or what?
so funny.
You know, that would be nice.
You're a poacher.
Because it's like what you need with like 3 of the same kind of Pokemon. Like I don't want to see this Pokemon after I've caught it. Don't put it in front of me. Only show me the new shit.
Yeah.
So when you come across him, it's like, damn, okay, bring out the big dog and kill him as quick as possible.
That's a good point too. It's like, dang man, I just caught this guy, but he's aggressive, so he's chasing me down. I gotta fight this dude. I don't want him.
Dude, you don't
but
see
I have
no
to fight
homeboy
this
in my
guy.
back?
I got you already.
Got you.
Yeah, I know.
You will get done up if you run up on me. Just change your mind.
So there's an incentive to collect a second one, right?
Yeah. That would be cool. Or like you can just throw your balls or whatever, and catch as many as you can, and then you take them in and you just sell them because they're useful amongst the people that's in your village. Like
they're still got use.
Your peoples is hungry.
Here's
they
a Snorlax, man. It can move
so
some wood dirt for you.
Yeah, and get paid for that. Like I got you a Gyarados, man. You fry this sucker up like an eel, and cook it with some rice. You know what I mean? Something. But
oh no! You use your own Pokemon as like ingredient.
Yeah. All your extras to get like a nice meal going.
You can make your.
you got that octopus fried up calamari.
You cook up your own Pokemon. Dude. That would be funny. That's so funny. They become ingredients, man.
Yeah, that would be dope.
Oh my gosh, dude! Like there's a dismantle option. Yeah. Like you have like a magic card. And you watch the video. I have the fins and I have the whiskers,
Yeah, you watch the video as you you're making your food. You know how it goes. And you toss all of the ingredients and then you toss a Pokemon in there and it's like splashing around as you stirring it in the pot. trying to get
Could you imagine though, like a dismantle? Like you hold Y down and you got the fur, you got the bones, you got the teeth thrown out. Like they don't show you dismantling it, but you know that's what's happening. Yeah. When you press dismantle, you just throw that Pokemon apart, dude.
All of a sudden, you got a Machop cloak.
You just rip that thing to pieces. A Machop cloak. Oh my gosh!
Like waste not one. You know what I mean? I'm not just letting you go. I
got Gyarados shoes, dude. Gyarados skin shoes.
with the head on the toe.
Oh my gosh. That is funny.
That would be a legit ass Pokemon.
That'd be real though, wouldn't it? That's how it would work in real life. Yeah, man. I'm eating these things and I'm putting them in the rugs.
I got some Eevee slippers. You ain't even got these.
I got that Pichu backpack you've been looking for.
You just open the mouth up and it's like stuffed with books and shit.
Oh, dude, that's so funny, bro. Oh my gosh, that's funny. That is so funny.
That would be good.
Oh my gosh, man, you got me crying here.
Yeah, man, Arceus looked good. Dude. I'm definitely waiting to see some more about it. I think when did it say it was gonna release? Did it give a date?
January 28th. So,
oh yeah, that's right, my birthday. So
yeah,
it's literally a lot of games coming out because Elden Ring is the 22nd, right? And then you got this Pokemon Arceus.
Are you buying these together? Or are you gonna wait on one?
Well, I'll probably I might
like
get like some money for my birthday or whatever.
Okay,
so
and
I'll
you
end
get
up
both.
buying Arceus with that. But I'm definitely gonna get Elden Ring.
Yeah,
so I'll be
that's
playing Elden Ring.
Yeah,
and then I'll have that.
Yeah,
and it's for another console. So
yeah,
you know what I mean. That'll work for it. But
that's crazy, man. January is a big month. That's cool.
Yeah, but I'm hoping that we get a lot more information as time comes closer. To like. I mean, they always the new Pokemon, and it's weird because it's like the I forgot the Hisoa region or something like that, but it's the same as the Shinua region.
Yeah, I was trying to find that. It's like
it's literally the same region as the ones that they've already shown.
Sinnoh, the Sinnoh region,
right?
And it's actually it's the Haisu region, which is modern day Sinnoh region.
Right.
So you go back in time.
Right. So it's like you got the same type of Pokemon. I did like also the different traveling options that you had, like riding on the back of that fish Pokemon to go through there, but it was only like maybe a certain type of
yeah,
big
you had to
one or
collect
whatever.
that specific like legendary Pokemon or whatever.
Yeah,
you even
yeah.
had the elk you can ride.
The
yeah,
elk,
that was sick.
The
yeah.
deer something or whatever.
Yeah.
That was able to
And
be
you had the bird and the sea.
Right.
So like all three, that was dope.
Yeah, so it was cool. Yeah, I mean, you kind of made the bird carry around a big ass triangle so you could like ride
a
on it as
glider.
you're going as a glider.
Yeah.
So I mean, that stuff is cool. You know, we've already had like the flying ones, but hopefully this is more of, like you said, like the Breath of the Wild type of flying.
That's
where
what
you
I
can
think.
jump off a cliff with
I'm
your
thinking
Pokemon
you can, dude.
and glide, and you're going
sick.
in between mountains and stuff like that.
That's what
you
I'm
know?
hoping, dude.
I mean, the other ones before, you would get on the back of like a Dragonair or whatever that one was called, and then you know, and just freaking, you know, slide across you
the
know,
map.
regular.
Yeah.
You know, you were just hovering. You know what I mean? You weren't actually seeing the terrain.
But this is like an real open world.
Right.
Where like you're like soaring and looking out. Oh, that region over there I haven't been to yet, right? And you kind of like dive over there.
Yeah, so that's what I would be hoping it's like.
Totally.
And, you know, and that's cool that you can get those, you know, those Pokemon instead of like trying to find an item, right? Because, you know, in this they wouldn't have a bike. You'd have to get something horseback, or,
right?
You know, a deer.
Which is once again what reminded me of Breath of the Wild, because you have your horse you're running around on. You know?
I wonder if it's only specific ones, or if those were just the new Pokemon that they wanted to show you that could do that. Like, could you get on the back of a Ponyta, or would you burn up
I don't know.
by being on a Ponyta? I don't even know if a Ponyta is in the Sinnoh region or whatever, but
they had a Growlithe.
I'm sure they had something similar.
Just
Did they have a Growlithe?
Just a different looking one. He has like more fur and stuff. So they got him like a little bit like modified for the regions,
right?
Because like it's cold or hot or whatever.
Yeah.
And they're like, this is from like hundreds of years ago. I don't know. So they got him like looking a little different.
Yeah.
But they had like a little Growlithe there you caught. It's kind of cool.
Yeah. So I'm definitely looking forward to hearing more about it, and hopefully they do show us, you know, some of those other like people battles that, you know, you can battle. Like,
hopefully there's more depth to battles.
Like
that they haven't shown yet.
Yeah, for sure. So for the last topic of the day, man, WuKong, bro.
Dude.
The black myth. What is it?
Stunning.
Black myth WuKong. Yeah. They just showed like a gameplay trailer on the official Unreal Engine 5. We already know that Unreal Engine 5 is like wicked nice.
Totally.
And this one was shown on the 19th, the day that the State of Play was supposed to pop in.
So we got this instead.
Yeah,
so that was a nice surprise.
Yeah, and man, it just looked phenomenal. Like, it looked good. I mean, all of the other stuff that we've seen from WuKong, it just looked really good already, and this just showed us even more. It looked awesome. You know, the battles. The whole time while I was watching it, and I don't know about you, but like the whole time while I was watching it, I just got like Dark Soul, like types of chills. You know what I mean? Like every boss fight, it just felt like it was from Dark Souls.
The moment that freaking monkey pulled that sword out, I was like, "That's a Dark Souls boss,
blade.
dude."
Yeah,
that's exactly what freaking FromSoft would do.
Right.
Like if you think about like Sekiro and stuff, like, and the moves he was doing, I felt like those are the kind of moves FromSoft would use on their bosses.
And I don't know about you, but like some of the enemies that you encountered on the maps or whatever, they looked like weird ass like amalgamations of like two different things coming together.
They were
like
doing a lot of that.
Some type of a horror type of creature or something like that, you know?
Yeah, sometimes I wonder how much of that is like Chinese culture for that they know that we just don't know.
Yeah.
Even the bosses, right? Like I'm thinking to myself, I look at those, I'm like, dude, that's really sick, but maybe that monkey's like a familiar folklore hero from China. You know how we have like our superheroes that they just wouldn't have any clue about?
Right.
Because that's what the Monkey King is. It's a very popular superhero in China.
Right.
So maybe some of these bosses this is like the game China's been waiting for, right? They get to finally play against all these like, you know, mythological creatures. Like when we think mythology, we think like, you know, Zeus, you know, and we just know what they are.
Right.
But when we see these guys, we're like, what is that? Maybe that's some guy that all these people in China know.
Right.
And like they can't wait to play that headless monk. Like we just don't know what that is. But
yeah,
they
the
know.
one playing the guitar?
Yeah, dude, that was like trip.
That?
The enemies just looked incredibly well designed.
Yeah.
I don't know about you, like I really liked the dragon, but that bear.
The bear
was
looked dope.
Sick.
The bear looked dope. We didn't get
his
to
hair
see much
like
from
flushed
the bear,
and moved. I was like, that we didn't see much, but when I saw it, I was like,
yeah, I was
that
like,
is sick,
nice.
dude.
Yeah, I mean, when I was watching the dragon fight and just like all the fights in general, for one, I thought that either I felt like that either the video was made to showcase the bosses, some of the bosses' moves and how they're encountered, rather than showing a fight. You know what I mean? Because it just seemed like the person playing it was ass, or they weren't aggressive enough, because they let too many attacks and things like that go, and there was just a lot of waiting when they could have had opening moves like to go in and fight, but they weren't. So they weren't pressing the battle. So I felt like either they sucked at it, or it was literally just to, okay, I'm going to attack it a couple times. It'll do this and do that. So you guys see like how the bosses react. You know what I mean? See how things happen with the dragon, see the bear, you know, you see the monkey, you know what I mean? And just show some of these like epic, you know, boss battles or whatever. I feel like the dragon one was like super epic.
Dude,
like,
when
you fly over there as that bat, and then you land on that big ice field, and there's just a dragon waiting. I was like, "Oh shit, you gonna fight that?"
Dude, here's
and
the question, man. Show us that. Is this open world? Because when you were flying, it felt like kind of open, and like you came out of the canyon and it was just like open.
Yeah.
But it makes me wonder, how will that work in the game?
Been a video or something.
That's what I was wondering, if it was just a cutscene.
Because it was following that man-faced bird.
Yeah, that creepy looking surreal, right? Like that thing is bizarre.
Bird chest,
but it's like, because when I was flying, I was like, imagine flying in the world, and all of a sudden you see that in the distance. You're like, oh snap!
Yeah.
That's a dragon, dude.
I'm not ready for
and
this.
It looks so dope. It was that traditional Chinese dragon.
Yeah.
I loved the way it looked, and I was like, that's sick. And you went and fought it.
Yeah.
And yeah, it was weird. Like you were saying, like the hitboxing and like the angling.
Yeah, it kind of looked like
it's like, how do you fight this?
Like some of the hits or whatever, it was kind of like, dude, that dragon didn't look that close to get hit in the face with this.
Yes, it was hard to tell the angling and how that worked.
Yeah, but I wasn't sure if like some of the moves you're doing, you're extending your rod when you're hitting. I thought that was super dope how they were utilizing the growing ability of the pole to be able to hit it in the ground and dodge like the ground effect.
Yeah, like, I got off the ground
there
real
on
quick.
it. Yeah, he's just standing there while all the lightning is.
You know when that happens in
the
game, right? Like, oh, dude, I don't have anywhere to go. Like, it's cool. Like, you have somewhere to go.
Yeah,
I'll just balance on my beam.
You're not stuck, or you don't have to
totally cool.
double jump and time it.
Yeah,
like, you can just hit the pole and just be on the pole. And
you're
look
just
for the
like chilling, and because like lightning striking, but you're a pole, so you're probably not gonna get hit either.
Right.
Like if you're gonna take that risk.
And then it was almost like an awesome charge up or something when he flung the pole up, swung around, and bashed it over the head and totally knocked it out. You know, so that he could get in a couple more hits on it.
Totally.
And stuff. And it was like, damn, okay, is that like a charge up ability, or was that just like a reaction thing that you could do to just do a swing?
I think it's like part of the ability. I think like when you grow it, then you can press another button and he slams it.
Yeah,
I think it's part of like just ability. But it's cool how you can just sit there. Right. Most games don't let you like do something like that. Like you just chill on top of this thing. You know, it's like,
and
that's
you
so
could
cool.
also use that to just like, I would imagine that you could use that just to check out the landscape.
Yeah.
Like if there's things to find in there, you could literally just get into a central point of the map, raise up, and just look around and be like, oh, I want to go over there and find that chest or something like that. You know,
dude. So
item over there.
Between all these trailers we've seen, how many bosses have we seen? There's got to be like a couple dozen.
We saw quite a few.
We've seen a lot, dude.
Yeah.
A lot of bosses.
Yeah.
What is this game? Is this like a boss rush mode? Like, there's a lot of bosses, bro.
I mean,
what is this?
I'm not sure, man, but whatever it is, I'm loving it.
It's so cool, man. They're doing something special over there, man. Like,
yeah.
You know, with these Chinese developers, like I've said before, you know, having, you know, allegiance to Chinese Communist parties annoying. So I hope that they don't get their fingers in this game, because I want this game to be as dope as they want it to be. I know they do, and that's what makes me so
they got their hands
conflicted.
On any and everything coming from.
I know it just that's what gets me conflicted. But God, it looks good. It looks so good, man.
It does, man. I was liking how you know, you were fighting that monkey. They were fighting that monkey in the beginning, and he was doing like the ground slashes. And you could see the snow split, and it stayed there. Like,
dude, even when they were fighting you saw the whole arena was slowly getting changed by the snow.
Yeah,
like,
it
and
was
it stayed
looking all
that
rumpled
way.
up and stuff like that because of all the footsteps
like,
and all the slashes and everything. Yeah, it was changing. I haven't really seen that before on the field, where it just changes the way the field looks because you're sitting there battling on something.
And it stayed that way. It's not like it eventually filled back up again, right? Like, it's like the ram held it in place, you know?
Yeah.
And like back to your other point with like the guy being bad.
Mm-hmm.
I was thinking that too, because it didn't seem hard. Like it seemed like he was getting hit, but like it didn't take much off his health.
Yeah. Or
he would like charge it back up. I'm like, it didn't seem punishing enough.
When he did the fire circle and then freaking drank the health potion, and I was like, what? You're just giving time? Like, you can create a fire barrier, and it was against a monkey.
Doesn't do that.
Rightfully, the monkey would, be afraid of the fire or whatever.
You have to like bait and attack and then drink.
Right.
Like in From Software, like you're running around bait and attack and then
dodge
you drink
really far away
and then like drink really quick,
something.
give you something time. This just like I'll just hit this and
he was all
up.
mad, chill, and nonchalant about it. Like he struck the fire and then pulled out his bottle, drank it, and corked it back, and then it was ready to go.
It's like there's lots of things here. Like I'm watching the dragon fight again. There's lots of things going on, like sparking, and he's whipping his tail.
Yeah.
But it just doesn't seem like it's doing enough hurt to him.
I felt like the AoE on the lightning and stuff like that wasn't that powerful.
Like you would just barely dodge and like miss him. It's like that should be like sparking. That should be like hard to dodge.
Yeah, I thought it was interesting too that sometimes he was doing regular dodges, and then other times he would do that echo dodge where it would be like the body would be left in a slowly fading position.
Yeah, I think that's like a perfect dodge. I'm thinking if he dodged perfectly, then you got to have a little shadow view was there. That's what I was thinking it was. Yeah, because it seemed like always when he did a perfect dodge, it was like right in the way of the blade. So it's like you kind of hit a mirage.
Yeah, he was dodging stuff like when the monkey had done like the forward slash. And he did like a front flip or something like that dodge. He was still in the trajectory of
but then it showed
the
silhouette though, right?
I don't know if it showed the silhouette on that one that I'm talking about, but it was like he dodged in line.
I know.
Like you would have got hit.
I know.
Game.
I'm watching this dragon one again too. There's a couple parts where the dragon like brings its fist down, and it felt like it was right on the top of the dude.
Right,
and he didn't take any damage.
Yeah.
I'm like, so there's still something wrong there with like the
shit. If that's the case.
I know.
I'm just dodging all around.
I know, but it's like part of me just thinks it's not polished yet. Like the damage hitboxes are not made well enough.
I mean,
yet.
They said that it wasn't like
this is 2023, dude.
Game stuff, but
this game's not coming out for over a year.
Yeah,
so.
I mean 2023. Yeah.
But man, that 4K 60 frames.
But I mean, we saw him transform from a statue that looked like that might have been the opening or whatever, which was kind of cool. We've seen him turn into a bee. We've seen him turn into a bat. We've seen him turn into a couple of other things. So
yeah, he could transform into like 100 things, right?
Yeah,
like 99 things or something like that. Things, like that's his main thing. And then he has his extending pull.
Yeah, so I mean, it'll be interesting to see like the different stuff you can turn into just to traverse the world, if that's the case.
These bosses are so sick. That panda or whatever that was swinging that sword around was so cool. Man, it's dope.
Yeah, dude, this is gonna be a great game.
I don't know how you can do so many bosses so well. There's just so many of them, and to make them all interesting and entertaining is like that's really dope, man. Love it.
Yeah, so for sure. So stay tuned for more Black Myth WuKong info. As it comes out, we're definitely gonna talk about it.
Totally.
And bring it up. But this is something that's it's been on my radar. So to have another view of this or whatever, it's just like, damn, it's a whole, 2 years, damn near 2 years
I'm
away,
about as excited for this as I am for like Elden Ring.
Yeah.
This is up there, dude.
Yeah, for sure, man.
This is like one of those where I'm like, I can't wait,
Yeah, 2023 is, if this can open up 2023, that'll be dope.
Like a January launch? Yeah, dude, that'd be sick.
I mean, like we were talking before, 2022 seems like it's just going to be a banger of a year, so...
Yeah, I want to have a topic about that someday. This is turning out to be like a year for the ages.
Yeah.
2022, man, is like going to be legendary.
Yeah, for sure. But that's it for all the topics we have this week. So thank you for listening. Thank you for watching. Once again, if you haven't already, smash the like button and hit the subscribe button as well. So that you're in sync with us to get any of the new episodes that we put out, or any other topics that we break up and drop up out there. Until next week, we'll catch you guys later. Deuces.
Peace.
See you.
I love you, me.